Party time. Party time. Party time. Party time. Drink your drinks and eat your eats. It's party time. Laugh your laughs and heat your heats. It's party time. Smile your smiles and blue your blues. It's party time. Yeah. Dance your dance and shoe your shoes. It's party time. Howl your howls and suck your socks. It's party time. Yeah. Oh baby, grab your craps and fuck your cocks. It's party time. Grab your craps and fuck your cocks. It's party time. Everybody, grab your craps and fuck your cocks. It's party time. One more. Grab your craps and fuck your cocks. It's party time. Here we go. Party time. Yeah. Party time. Party time. Yeah. Party time. 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 Hey. Party time. Yeah. Party time.
All right, everyone. A palaver. Too much skin. An absolute palaver. It's been a bit of a skin day, actually, hasn't it? If you well, yesterday's video had some flesh in it, but that wasn't amusing. Water, tea. Now, it would appear Picard isn't around, which is a shame, because I need someone to keep an eye on my left eye. So the usual start with a bit of moaning up until 8 o'clock. After yesterday, grafted all day, done a stream, right until about 7 in fairness, but then I thought it's been a while since I flossed my teeth, and your body starts getting into the day, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? The people in Cambodia have well started living by 8 o'clock. It's like halfway through their day, bright sunshine outside. So I flossed my teeth, had a shower, now it's like 7:30. A couple of other little bits and bobs, tidied all the bins up, just not wanting to go to bed. And finally crawled into my sack at about 8. Now, in a place like this, you have a regular tuk-tuk driver. So you've got his phone number, his plot is near where you live, and you can just always call him. If you haven't got any cash on you, he's all right. You can settle up with him later. Over the 7 years, when I first got here and I wasn't with my missus and I was out on the piss a lot, he used to drive me home in his tuk-tuk, then go back to the club, then drive my motorbike home as well. I only found this out last year when he told my girlfriend. I don't remember. I do remember, what drinking's like. I remember elements of it, but lovely bloke. But he got hit by someone yesterday and ended up in hospital. So he's called me from hospital at about 11:30. And I thought, if he's calling me at this time of day, it's urgent, it's important. And he's looked after me and my missus in loads of... He's a good bloke. And I like to repay that sort of friendship. And so I've called him and he's in hospital having all his x-rays. His tuk-tuk's absolutely clattered to pieces. He asked to borrow some money. I said, and he has before and he's paid it back. He said, but I don't know when I can pay it back. And I said, mate, I'm fucking skint. I said, things ain't like they used to be. But I said, I'll do you a deal. He only wanted 40 quid, it turned out, but it's still 40 quid. You know what I mean? I said to him, I'll give it to you and then you can pay it back in tuk-tuk rides. So do you know what I mean? If me and the missus need to go somewhere and it's like a £5 a ride, then he owes me $35. And he was like, that's thank you. To rebuild his fucking tuk-tuk or he can't work. And, you know, that's awful. I said, did you get any money off the bloke that hit you? He went, no. He said, sorry, though. Thanks. I'd rather someone not apologise in that sort of instant. Just go, yeah, and go before I bite their fucking throat out. Yeah, Marzipan's on the firm. James from Philadelphia on the firm. Fat is on the firm. Boom with the fatness. Amazing. I guess there's a chance Procure will turn up at some point. I wanted to thank... I got a few more on the old Buy Me a Coffees coming after the stream yesterday. So I hope you all enjoyed your videos. Let me get the grifting out of the way. At the top of the YouTube chat, you've got Buy Me a Coffee. That's the best one to use. I get the biggest cut of that of all of them. Entropy is up there as well. Super Chat is at the bottom of the YouTube. Entropy, Buy Me a Coffee, Super Chat. That's it. If you've got any Bitcoins you want to throw at me, there's an address in the thing. But who's getting rid of Bitcoins at the moment? It's like... I think they reached all-time highs, didn't they? Right, someone remind me. I know not everyone's into investing. You should be, though, really. I mean, you know, there's not going to be any pensions in the UK in 20, 30 years. Well, there might be, but it'll be like £5 a week. It's just, where do they think they're going to get that money from? All these immigrants at work. Oh, hang on. So, I mean, funny in a kind of terrifying reality of your future way. Did you all see my breastfeeding tutorial video? Honestly. So, I won't bore you with the story of why I ended up going down that rabbit hole. I mean, I'm not the sort of person to hold back that it might have been sensual, but it weren't. And I just thought, hang on, what the fuck is this? And there were ones on there that I could have showed you, but, you know, I even had to put that little ouch thing over nipples, even though that content's on YouTube. Because I know people who've used other YouTube videos in their videos, and they've had their channels taken away, not just demonetized, taken away. And you can't even appeal when that happens. You can't say, well, hang on, those videos are on YouTube, because you've got no channel. You've got literally no channel through which to contact them. But some of them, it's just like a really hot bird, like dressed up to the nines, massaging her humongous breasts. There's nothing about breastfeeding. The video's called Breastfeeding Preparation, but I think maybe it's breastfeeding preparation for your husband or something. It's like, what? So 3 or 4 hours kip, bloke talks to me, I help him out, and then I get into that little muddle of breastfeeding. I think, why don't you make a quick video? This will only be quick, you know, it's obviously not a well thought out and heavily edited bit of footage. I thought it'll only be quick. That took 3 hours. You know, these things just happen. Something goes wrong. I put a new battery in my mouse. Nice one, Picard, for telling me yesterday. That took 3 hours, and by then the body's gone into survival mode. So I laid down to sleep and was just like this. And I thought, right, I'll just see it through. So this is why I need a little bit of a left eye check, because what happens is this left eye starts closing when I'm this tired. The reason I wear glasses is to account for my left eye being slightly more oval than my right eye. If that happens, if it starts closing, I sort of don't notice. then this eye goes overtime working, and that's when I get a migraine, and that will mean all day tomorrow in bed and all day Monday in bed. And the last thing I need is the busiest day of my work week of my failing business in bed. So keep an eye out on my left eye. Occasionally I'll try and sort of get rid of the glare. Maybe I'll just sort of do a little check. I mean, it's already going. Look, you can see, I mean, I have got one eye slightly smaller than the other. I've got another one slightly bigger than Willy jokes and Willy jokes. Amazing. Jack's Hardcore History of London has been a member for 53 months. It's been longer than that, and you know it. Look at that. It's that time of the month, isn't it? Where all these come around. Lovely to see them, though. JP. Someone's accused. Diamonds Are Forever, who hasn't been around in these parts for a long time. Nice to see you, though, if you're still here. Accused JP of being my biggest fan. I mean, anyone who knows anything about me will know that I'm my biggest fan. Livy has been a member for 10 months. On the firm. I nearly done a voice chat. Thank you to all those members for your long-term support. It's Machano Caprascia Tutti. I nearly done one of those random voice chats today that members now get. Oh yeah, members get perks on this channel. Sorted it out. I feel so cool saying it, because I see so many other channels going, and don't forget, if you're a member, or they say something like, I was talking on the members Discord earlier, and it sounds so professional. I thought, I've got to do it. I mean, what's this channel, 12 years old now? and we've got it. But then I realized it was like 9:30. I thought, hang on, I'll have to start preparing that stream at about 10. So that didn't happen. Probably will tomorrow. I probably won't stream tomorrow night, but who knows? Who knows? I put it out there yesterday. I said it's a reality of life. If the grift goes well, it allows me to sacrifice time when I should be working. And the grift went well. Everyone was very generous yesterday. So today I thought, stand by your words. And so I'm streaming again. Feels weird without the show's host, though. The co-host of streams. We've got another one as well. Let's have a little look at that. Bosh. Marzipan, 46 months, 46 years, more like. Thank you, Ian. Aprasha Kanata. And he's in the chat as well. Amazing. Well, that's lovely. Absolutely lovely. He said chunk. I don't know what that is about. I don't know what that is means. Rusky's going to get one. It worked, did it? It absolutely worked. A palaver. We always have palavers around this neck of the woods. Do you remember Michael Bentine's potty time? Name them. I know that Latus, Pags. Who did I promoted someone into the inner circle of knowledge. Who was it yesterday? Arklow, of course. Michael Bentine, Peter Sellers. Oh man, the singer who sings church stuff. Oh, and it's got to be Hitler. It's not Hitler. I mean, my partner is downfall. Spike Milligan. Potty time was Michael Bentine. I'm thinking of. Who am I thinking of? What's going on? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Harry Seacombe wasn't also in potty time. That's the one. Hang on. Apparently, Michael Bentine was a great fencer. Well, there you go. Hang on. So you've got Michael Bentine, Peter Sellers, Harry Seacombe, and Spike Milligan. What were they? The goons, Nyanthos. I didn't even know he was in the chat, and he comes straight in. It's a back of the hand slap. The goons. Lovely. Evening to you, Nyanthos. Dottie's here. Hello, Dottie. Lovely to see thee. Now, I do have the Buy Me a Coffee open, so you will get your moment of glory should you decide to donate there. And that's it, really. He moved stolen goods. Michael Benteen was a fence. It's a good joke. It's all right. Didn't Pizzle look good yesterday? Good Lord. It was like a different bloke. Isn't it funny what a bit of good news can do to your life? Like, no disrespect, Pizzle. I doubt you'll disagree with me. But when you come on here about 6 months ago with your head shaved and your jowls sort of like two little black holes absorbing everything, traveling away from you at the speed of light. But yesterday it was like Chad. You were like Mr. Chad McChadster. It was incredible, like a different fella. Like if you'd have come on and said, "Hey, I'm Pizzle's brother," and I know that if you're not looking at the screen, you'd have thought that was Pizzle. But no, you're looking great, man. It was really good to see, and what a lovely story. JP says, I've gone through a proper change since the prescription days. I'm not sure if I have sometimes. I'll tell you what, people, if you don't know what JP is talking about, this used to be an audio only thing. It used to be hosted on what was it, LibSync or something? And they're all on YouTube. If you go to my channel and go to videos, go to oldest, there's about 33 or 34 audio only podcasts. And they're nuts. They are nuts. Like just improvised. They're a bit out there. They're a bit out there. But I'll say this to you now. What was that thing I used to say? Can I have my bowl? Can I have my bowl yet? Am I allowed to have my bowl? My favourite one out of all those Sunday prescriptions is number 16. So if you want to have a laugh, people, and I mean it, I'm quite proud of it. It's more like just improvised free jazz stand-up than what we do nowadays. But I'm an older, wiser, poorer, more knackered, blinder, more pessimistic bloke these days. Charlie's on the phone. There he is. Hello, Charlie. Nice to see you. Marzipan's dog is sleeping. This is what we come here for. This is the news we come here. You don't want me to stop, Pizzle. Be honest. You'd like me to carry on. You'll take 20 minutes of me saying how good you were looking, but you were looking good. So what's happening? I think Rags has moved into his new house, hasn't he? Rags has got his new place. What's happening to Jack? I didn't catch the Waffle House last night. I just got into that novel. I'm telling you what, people. Emotional. Wasn't meant to be this way. It was meant to be anyway. I've got some things to show you. If I won't get talking about my novel, I won't stop. I know how it works. Charlie Sparkles, she's been in a couple of maybe 2 of the members' chats, maybe 3 of them. I do not know. I nailed it, didn't I? Absolutely nailed it, John. Packer yesterday said that the Labour government are scrapping the ISA, and I knew nothing about that, and he said it midstream, and I thought I had to just blank it out because my future, my shelter, and my missus' shelter depends on my ISA working. If that all fails, Lord knows what I'll do. But I looked into it, and they're looking at this. They're so stupid. I mean, do I need to tell you that the Labour government aren't too bright? But they're looking at ending the cash ISA. So all UK citizens can have a cash ISA or a stocks and shares ISA. You can put up to 20 grand a year into it, and it's tax free. But the interest rates on the cash ISA, it's like 1 pence. That they really aren't worth it. I mean, I suppose it's better than leaving it in a normal bank account, unless you can get some kind of fixed term or semi-flexible fixed term that's got something a little bit better, but it's tax-free. Anyway, they're talking about scrapping the cash ISA to encourage people to invest in stocks, because it will put a lot of money into British businesses. People ain't investing in British businesses. I'm sorry. I mean, if you've got a choice between Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Palantir, or Woolworths, some people do invest in British companies, but come on, let's be serious. When we get up to 80, I'm going to give you my next stock tip. And I called Palantir when it was about 20 quid. I called Nvidia. What else did I call recently? I called SoFi at about 6 quid. That's about 18 now. Give SoFi 3 years, it'll be about 150, 100. And I haven't called any dummies. I'm not like a professional investment advisor, but it's not like, oh look, I hit these 3 and missed these 10. No, I only call them when I'm all. You can't ever be dead certain. But when 80 people turn up in the chat, I will come through. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh man. So, while we were talking about something totally unrelated, don't forget we've got the other grift, the Scrubs wall. Look how busy it is now. Don't forget there's 6 more to go on that, because Mr. Gold donated 126 quid to dish out to 6 people. I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to select those people. But for 20 quid, if you want to get on the Scrubs wall, now that ain't the Scrubs wall. It don't mean you get written down in my book, but this house I'm building to live in and die in, that's a fact. We've got some good news, by the way, people. I'll give you in about 30 seconds. This house I'm building, I'm engraving all the names of the Scrubs who threw me a pony score. Watch this, though. Watch everything change dramatically. Gosh. Yes. God, you keep. I'm only the guest. Keep me waiting. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I was in the bar and having a shower.
Give Picard some love in the chat, people. He's turned up. He's here. I'll tell you what, that felt weird. That felt really weird. Why is my camera doing that? Oh, when I signed into this, it said I can adjust your microphone and all sorts of things.
Did it?
I'm not going to know. Yeah, apparently I can put you into different resolution, and just give me back my QR code is all I want. Anyway, so what's happening? I need to know what's happening. Dangerfield's Theatre of the Mind. What, the old Sunday prescriptions? Yeah. If that's what you're talking about, they most certainly were. Daniel says, that's when I started here. There was just audio. That's it. Dangerfield Sunday prescription. I've actually got a cup of English tea, and I turned this house upside down. I haven't had a cup of tea in about a year. And because I'm knackered, Packer, you've missed it, but keep an eye on my left eye. It's always been a bit smaller than my right eye, but when it gets like that, it will be too demanding on my other eye, and I'll have a migraine for the rest of the weekend and Monday. And I've had 3 hours kip. Sorry you all had to hear that twice, but, it's sort of work Packer does round here. He's an eye monitor. You an eye monitor?
If you like.
There you go. See, it's that easy, isn't it?
Can I have a little enamel badge?
What, eye monitor?
Yeah.
Well, I
You know,
can't promise it will be enamel, but I'll do something for it. It will be paper. I'm not even joking now. I will get someone I know in England to knock one up and get it sent to you, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Umbrella Man. So what's going on here? And I also want to know, I can't even remember what the thumbnail was for this stream. Let me have a little look. Oh, yeah. Nice. Ah, good call. Right, so Dotty, you might not know this, Dotty, but every time I call you Dotty, I think of Johnny's Not Mad. Johnny's Not Mad was a documentary that went out in the 80s. It was the first sort of public knowledge of the fraud so-called mental illness called Tourette's syndrome, where people just go, cunt, fuck off, you've got tits on your head, and all that lark, which I have debunked several times on this channel, along with every other so-called mental illness. But that Johnny's Not Mad, just extremely funny, was the talk of the town and the school the next day. I mean, everyone had Tourette's the next day. There were kids in my class. The teacher walked in and it was just like, cock on head. And they go, what did you say? You go, I've got Tourette's. What are you going to do about it? And everyone's going, wanker. What did you say? I've got Tourette's. Anyway, they went back to John to see if he was still mad after, in the first documentary, putting him in a library. That's ethical documentary making, isn't it? You've got a geezer who can't stop swearing and saying inappropriate things when he's under pressure. Go on, get in that library. And I remember he had his youth training scheme bloke teaching him how to plant. And he went, that's right, John, you just pour a bit of that earth in there. He went, big nose cunt, big nose cunt. Right, that's right. But they went back to him about 20, 30 years later. And that's where that's what he's referring to. Because they had a little group meeting of people who haven't got Tourette's, but behave in that way. That's most people know my take on so-called mental illnesses. And they had this woman come in from like the welfare, from the dole. And she's like, I know it can be hard for people like you to get, your welfare check and things like this. And this other fella in there goes, your dog's got tits. and even she laughs. And they're all cracking up. I mean, that's how terrible that illness is. It just keeps them happy all day long because they get to say whatever they want. But one of his carers is called Dotty. And he's in the back of her car and she's going, John, are you looking forward to going to see the horses today? And he fucking clouts her. He gives her like a left hook from behind, like she's driving. And he goes, sorry, Dotty, because he's Scottish. Sorry, Dotty. And every time I say Dotty, there's a little bit in my brain, which probably is the brain itself, that reminds me of sorry, Dotty. Are you looking forward to it, John? Sorry, Dotty. There you go. That's a good call, Rusky. Hang on, what's happening? Whoa. So Rags has moved out. What's happening to you at the moment, Jack? Don't say it was like the Mighty Boosh. I can't stand. I like one of them, but I don't like the one who pretends he's zany. I'm not interested in pretending that I'm zany. It's awful. It cringes me out, man. Everyone, it was, if you like it and it entertains you, makes you feel good and enjoy your life more, then fair play. But it wasn't for me, I have to say. Oh no! So you're not talking about the thumbnail. You're talking about the fact that I used a medical label for the graphics. Yeah. Now I gotcha. I'm so far behind in these chat. So I'm living in a men's hostel in Belfast. Well, I've no doubt you got 42 on the firm helping you out. I mean, good Lord, isn't it weird life? The ups and downs of life. I was talking to you, what, a year ago? New bird, new house, new country, new job. You'll land on your feet, son. You'll sort something out if you want to. It's that, innit? That's what it is. If you put the work in. This is what I was talking to Jed the other day about. You know, I was talking yesterday about Jed, who's got his ISO. He's already started investing. He's got his temperament sorted. He's already talking about, you know, we were talking about being more frugal, not wasting money. It's easier when you haven't got women around. But like, I've got another mate who's lost his job. He's got really bad back problems, and he's fucking skint, like skint to the point where he's going around looking for your, you know, little jars of pennies. You know, you got your little jars of pennies, like you might have one in the kitchen or something, like taking them down a shop to get a loaf of bread or something. That level of skint. And then when the pittance of welfare comes in, the daughter and the wife are out buying fucking clothes and air dryers, and he's like, what are you doing? And well, I like it. And he's like, yeah, but you ain't going to be able to eat by the end of the month. Funny old world, isn't it? I hope they're not watching. They'll be having a Barney now. And they got a newborn baby. Lovely baby, though. Good Lord, I was so jealous. And because he's lost his job, he's spending all his time with the baby, which is, you know, they have bonded. It's incredible. Marzipan. So you'll remember when it's on Discord. So you have to set up your notifications on YouTube. But I put a notification on YouTube on the posts. Like Charlie got it sent to her phone. So you should. And then you just click on the link and it will take you to Discord. Just sign in, you know, easy peasy. And then it's like audio only. So, you know, we've had a few of them just sit there talking. I don't dominate. It's not like this where I'm streaming and just talking utter nonsense for hours. It's just like a few mates sitting around in a cafe. And sometimes you can just take it easy. I don't know what that meant. Pack, you've missed out on the fact that I haven't slept. I've had 3 hours kip. I didn't go to bed.
You said you was going to bed when you put that video on earlier, and clearly you haven't.
Right. How do you know that? Did I say I'm going to bed after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan. But by the video ended up taking a lot longer, as they always do. Oh, it only take half-hour quick video, about 3 hours. And by that time, the day started. My body clock is telling me it's the day. I laid down here, put my feet up there like I do. I've got like a little chair with a cushion just down there. Just couldn't get to sleep. And now I've got the old eye closing. And I'll be up all night tonight writing because I've got to make the most of the time while my missus is away. I mean, she don't mind me writing, but 6 o'clock in the morning, she comes out and says, come on, get some sleep. And I understand she's looking after me, but unless you write, you don't write. Do you know what I mean? Unless you do it, you don't do it. And there we return to what we were talking to Jack about a minute ago. You'll be all right, Jack. You got a lot of support. If ever you want to chat to me, it's only 20 quid for 5 minutes. Look at Picard without his bins on. No, come forth. Look at that. Isn't it funny, people? I'll do it as well. It's funny when people take their bins off.
Well, I'll put my glasses on and have a look at you then.
Hello.
Do it like this.
What's that? What have you done?
You there?
How old are we? Have we got a combined age of over 100 and we're doing that like we've just discovered computers? Charlie, we talking about Ken Wright or Sparkles? The pair of them. Yeah, this stream's been going around in circles forever. That's why all the OG scrubs know everything I've got to say. Plastic African on the firm, down to $500 and 20K. What's going on there? Plastic, give me more info.
He's super chatted you.
Oh, hang on. All right, there you go.
Super chatted you.
I saw that 2 come in. I was just taking a bit of time. Oh, I see. Dave's Waffle House has decided to make his presence felt, has he? For the grift. Sorry, you don't ever have to apologise for 20, you stone bastard. I'll tell you what, when you get on here, I'm ripping that at you. I've got a lovely bit of wedding cake crossed with Bing Crosby's penis. It's great stuff. Get me that email. Let's get that booked in. Let's get you on here, you fucking multi-directional Mike Bozo. Stop smoking weed. Get a life. You've got to love him, though, people. He lets me say that because I also say it's the best channel on YouTube. But don't watch it. Watch mine, obviously. That's why I try and do it before him so that you're all tired out and go to bed. And I always have a little look. And as long as he's got under 20 viewers, I get a nice night's sleep. Nice one, Dave. Never, ever apologise for donating anything. That's incredible. Plastic African drops a Lady Godiva and he says, the Phoenician scheme, what really like his take on film in storytelling? Is that a YouTube channel? Hope you well, Chris. Here is for a tea. And you've reminded me that I've actually got a tea. Is that a YouTube channel, the Phoenician scheme? Because I try and find YouTube. I watch Film Courage, but they talk about screenwriting. But it's quite good level. But all the writing stuff's rubbish. 10 mistakes writers make. When you start writing your novel, and it's like, oh, come on. What? Thanks for the super chat, Dave. Much appreciated. Thank you, Plastic. What are you talking about? Because if that is a decent writing channel, I'll check it out. Paco, keep an eye out, can you, for Plastic African, and if he confirms that is indeed a channel. How do I even drink out of this? The lid doesn't fit on properly, people. Look. So if I take a glug of it, I'm a bit worried I'm going to get half a litre of boiling tea. I don't know how hot or cold that is. That might take my tongue off. Hang on, I'm going to go the traditional route. Fucking hell. What, not being able to see? Oh. First cup of tea in about a year, and it was wonderful. I know it didn't. I've got a lemon cake in the freezer. In the freezer. It's not in the freezer.
It's a movie.
Right. Oh, okay. Right, listen. Now we're at 85 subs. I'm going to tell you. So, if you weren't here early, you wouldn't have heard this. I called Nvidia when it was about $20, $30. It's now about 130, 140. I called Palantir when it was about $30. It's now, what's Palantir now? 130, same. They're all around that. And they're not all around that at all. I called SoFi when it was about £4. That's about $17 now. And in a couple of years, that'll be 115. 10 years, it could be like 800. SoFi will be the biggest financial fintech, essentially. On your phone, you'll be able to do everything, all your banking, all your investing, all your crypto, all your loans, everything on one platform, which is SoFi. Now, here is my next tip. Bear in mind, investing is gambling. You can lose everything. But I don't fuck about. I've built my own AI system, custom AI, to get my valuations, to get my fundamentals sorted out. I do the research on the management. I do all that stuff. I wouldn't put my reputation on the line on just a hunch. The stock is currently trading at around 100 and, well, let's have a look so that I can get this. No, about 300. So about 320. So it is expensive. But you can buy, what do they call them? It's not flexible. There's a word for it. Well, you don't have to buy a whole share, basically. So if you get your ISA, you can get 30 quid in a month. Fractional. That's the word I was after. So it's trading what I reckon is a great value. Everything, it's almost got the perfect score according to my system, right? Trust me on that. Believe it. What does Critical Drinker say? Believe that. Right. Currently trading at $326, right? That sounds expensive. I mean, it's all relative. But here's the weird thing. In the last year, it's only gone up 1.71%. So it's not like you've missed the growth spurt. And July is historically the best year of the month for the markets to go up and up and up and up. You know, I think something like 4 out of the last 5 years, July has been an exceptionally better year for the market, month, for the markets. So the stock that I'm tipping now, don't sue me. I'm not a professional. This is just for me. I'm just letting you know what I'm going to do. Cadence is the company. Cadence. The ticker symbol is CDNS. Cadence. Remember that. What's that? What's the date? 7th of the 6th, 2025. Come back to me in 2 years and see how much Cadence is. I'll tell you what, it will be less than that. Do you know why? Because it will go over 1,000 and they'll do a stock split, which is where if you've got one stock and it goes over a certain amount, you've now got 10 stocks at the different prices. They've divided the overall price by 10. Cadence. There you go. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. Glass, did you see your name in the description? I hope you have a look at those because they take probably the most time out of setting up the old bloody stream, coming up with something to keep you sexualized. The truth will set you free on a firm for 53 months. But Emma, seriously though, Emma, make sure that your ISA can take fractional. You can do fractional investments. Otherwise, you'll need 300. What did I say it was? 320, 326. But yeah, even if you can only get 30 quid a month on it, just even if you double that, it's free money, tax free. Sophist on the firm. I never remember if it's sophist or sophist. I've given up asking. I know you do, Miss Glass, which is why I do them. That tea is too hot to drink. Money's too tight to mention. Tea's too tight to mention. Attila the stockbroker. He was the only Attila the stockbroker song I know was on the B side. There was a punk side and a drunk side on Oi, That's Your Lot from the sort of quasi-punk albums Oi. And Oi, That's Your Lot had a punk side and a drunk side, and Attila the stockbroker done one. It is so cringe. It's like, got up, woke up, fed the rats. No, got up, woke up, fed the cat, took the rats for a walk, sent some dead insects to Shirley Williams, saw a load of Lloyd's accountants on the bus, and the bus driver said, it's £4.50, please. And I said, £4.50, bollocks to that. And all these people in the street behind me who saw that the capitalist system was dragging them down and using them as pawns in a game for their own good said, bollocks to that. I'll see if I can find it. And I remember, even at the age of about 12, thinking, just stop it. Just shush. I don't like your moaning. If you don't like it, do something about it. Just your crappy slam poetry ain't working. I'm assuming that's who you were referring to, Mr. Tolpercourt. Attila the Stockbroker. What's that one going to be called? I guess it's going to be called Bollocks to That. No, man, as if I'm ever going to be able to find it. Oh, look at him going on tour with the Levelers. So predictable. I mean, fair play to him. He's still putting out socialist poetry 30 years later. Let me just check. I haven't. Did I thank you, Plastic African? I think I did. Did I thank? Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Let me just have a little check on the other grifts. I don't like people to miss out when they make the effort. Effortado, little bit of new Italian for you today. Jed, are you on the firm today? You in? I just wanted to make sure that you, I nearly sent you an email, but I thought I don't want to go. Right, so listen, when you're investing, you should just go for ETFs, exchange traded funds or indexes. It's safe as houses, 15, 20 years, retire, lovely. But what happens is everyone starts seeing things like Palantir going up 1,500% in a year and Nvidia going up 1,200% in a year. And they're like, how much has my S&P gone up this year? 12%. And so they start going, yeah, I think I'll go for some of these individual stocks. And I said that to Jed, and he said, yeah, I've already, he said, when I see Philip Swain, he said he made 30 bags of sand on Palantir. He thought, oh, I'll have some of that. So I wanted to sort of, I said to him, don't do it. Maybe 10% of your portfolio, but oh Lord, I can't find that one. But I'll find one, and it won't be very good. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? And to you, Plastic. Tolpercourt, do you remember that one I was talking about? Bollocks to that. I don't know what it was called. But he's still going. Let's listen to him. I wonder if this is a poem. It's called Never Forget. Hang on. I don't know what it's about. I know you can't see it. I'm just going to check it out. All right, here we go. So this might be all right. He might have matured out of his commie ways. Who knows? Let me just... Oh, no, fair play. Fair play. He's talking about an accident that happened, and they were workers, so that's fair enough. But I really wanted that bollocks one. Maybe if I spelt bollocks, not boulax, it might be all right.
Well, I think Michael Bagan wants you to know majority razor blade. Or Marjorie razor blade. Marjorie razor blade.
He wants me to know her.
I think he's talking to you. Are you talking to Danger?
No, he's talking to Tolpercourt. Look, they're having a little chat between them. Anarchy's dead. Was it ever alive, though? That's the question. Emma Glass, princess of princesses, like boss of bosses, capo de capo, she says, Dangerfield, seen spiritualized again in October. Everything was beautiful. That's an album of theirs, by the way, people, the latest one. Is it the latest one or the one before it? I can't remember. He done it around the wrong way, didn't he? And Nothing Hurt, and then Everything Was Beautiful, which, of course, is a quote from, I think it's the last line in Slaughterhouse-Five. Spoiler alert. One-off show. That's going to be marvelous. That's going to be spiritualized. Glass actually done. Glass, well, I think Glass done me one, but Vincent did as well. They recorded a whole song, held the phone, not all shaky in that, a live spiritualized gig. I mean, I've seen them hundreds of times, well, about 10. But every time I go and see him, I take so many narcotics, I might as well have stayed at home and listened to Boney M or something. You know, it just didn't make sense. Too many one meals in the gents' toilets for my likings. Ludwig says, oh, he's talking to Pags about something I don't understand. Oi, check that out, class. Are you going on your Jack Jones because John Palmer's sniffing about? Oi, talking about Oasis. So last night, I watched, I like to have a movie on when I'm writing. Music's no good because I sing. YouTube videos are no good because I get interested. Films seem to work. And I also nick lines out of them. I steal dialogue. And Blur done a reunion tour earlier this year or last year. And it was called something like, and they released a new album. They didn't do a tour of all the classics, which is what people wanted. You know, Park Life, Song 2, To the End, the Universal, we know it. Like, they did drop them in as well because they knew no one wanted to hear 50-year-old men's pop songs. But I watched it and I thought this is going to be really good. A documentary of them making a new album. Because I know Alex James pretty well. And I know Dave Rowntree well enough to say hello to him. But me and Alex used to get up to some proper capers back in the 90s. Well, obviously he did because he was the bass player in Blur. But the old Dean Street... Anyway, I've told those stories. And I thought this will be really interesting. You know, you were in Blur. You were like a cultural event that means a lot to millions of people globally. And now they've all got glasses now. On their first gig, they all had like bad knees. Dave Rowntree he got on stage in crutches. They were having to put their knees in ice water and things before each gig because they were too old. It was like, that's quite interesting. I like that aspect of it. But as I was watching it, I thought, hang on a minute. This had so much potential. You know, I wanted them to say to someone like James or Albarn, any of them, you know, what's it like? What's it like having carved such a deep groove in English culture, English pop culture? It's still culture, though. You know, what's it like being at, you know, they were doing Wembley Stadium. You feel Wembley Stadium like a reunion tour at 50 years old. You know, they've all got out. It's quite funny, actually. They've all got big houses in the country now. Literally, they all got big houses in the country. They haven't got Joe Guest running around, though, unfortunately. Kind of makes it not worth having. I'd rather have a fucking one-bedroom flat in Ealing if I had Joe Guest running around. You can keep your big house in the country. But I realised halfway through it that I was just watching a promo. This is just an advert for the album. It's a 2-hour advert to buy their new album. And I thought, why did you think it would be anything else? They're businessmen. It's pop music. It's an industry. You know, no way did someone go up to them and say, oh, you're doing a reunion tour. You're releasing a new album. We want to do an in-depth documentary and, you know, really get inside your heads and find out what's going on. Like that, a couple of them hadn't talked to each other for 10 years. They would have just said, fuck off. It's stressing enough anyway, making music with people you don't like. And it fooled me. All the reviews were like inspiring, enchanting, you know, sort of like national treasures coming back bright and shining brighter than ever. And I was thinking, all right, this will be good stuff. Just an advert, just like, oh, aren't they nice? And they look at these nice boys. Didn't they have a laugh back then? I'll tell you what, if you want to know what Blur are really like, and I do recommend it, there's a documentary called Star Shaped. I think it came out just after Modern Life is Rubbish. They got signed, they got known with There's No Other Way, There's No Other Way, which was a tune, of course. And they are wrecked. It's called Star Shaped because like they're all out flat on their backs. And most of the video is them puking. I mean, Dave Rowntree has had to quit drinking altogether because if he drinks, he can't stop. Coxon's got an alcohol problem. Albarn's got an alcohol problem. James has got an alcohol problem. James, Alex had plenty of problems. I was trying to get. I'm not allowed to say certain things, but it was funny. His missus telling me off. It's such a good line as well. But anyway, he rang me up once and he went, "I'm learning to fly a Cessna." And rock and roll. Whatever happened to Concorde? Where are we? Packer, can you talk? Because I'm on fumes, mate. Nothing's lasting for longer than like 10 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
I haven't got anything to say. I was ill again, but you don't want to hear about that.
What, from another bite?
No, from the same bite. I had a fever again last night.
So
I've been in all over again.
It might not be the bite then.
Well, I don't know. But if I get it again, then I'm going to the doctor's on Monday. I'll probably go.
Look after the stream. I'm going to get the thing you put over this to keep it hot. Talk to people, Packer.
Got the lid. What do you want me to say? I don't know what to tell you. Hey?
More than that.
I can't hear him. Well, I've had a really lovely week off. I've cut the north paddock and the south lawn and cut all my edges. I'm a very exciting man.
Sing a song or something, mate.
Hey? Sing a song? Tell a joke, Packer. Heard all my jokes.
I think the missus has stashed it. Packer, how much would it cost to have you go on stage and sing £0.50 a tuppenny rice, £0.50 a treacle in front of the Labour Party convention?
I don't know. It's a very strange proposition.
Yeah.
The
Right,
fact
here we
that
go.
The Labour Party convention makes a difference. I'm more inclined to do it.
You can stop answering. I don't really care. Right, we've got Attila the stockbroker here, and this is called Farage Land. And I'm preparing you now to get your back supported and maybe put a bit of leather, like a belt or something, in your mouth to stop your jaw cringing, your teeth loose. I haven't seen this, but I just know Attila the stockbroker is a communist, and let's check it out. It'd be funny if he copyright struck me. I'd go, hang on a minute, there's no such thing as private property in your world. Fair play to him, though. Oh, fair play to him in a way for still going for it. He's a bit of a hero amongst all those socialists. They haven't got many, have they? It's like him, Chairman Mao, Che Guevara, and Keir Starmer. By the way, Packer, did I already tell you about those ISAs? Starmer ain't getting rid of the stocks ISA. You put the wind up me yesterday when you said that.
I had been doing something to the ISAs.
I had to put it out of my mind for the rest of the video because I just thought, that's my future wrecked. I'm not even joking. I was like, no, don't say that. Yeah, it was dark. Lovely to see 93 people here. The grift's terrible though, but that's all right. I'll just stop early. Threats. I can't let it work.
Still a communist.
Of course he is. All that early 80s alternative lark. One of the least funny people ever, Alexis Sale. Why ain't it working? What, you're just not working now? Share screen. Share screen. No, you don't want to do that. Thanks. Bastard. Having issues? Yes. Can't share. What? You're going to live help me, are you? I bet it says, "Hi, I'm Bob, your AI bot." Ah, you bastards. I haven't got time to do any of that. I'm streaming like now. Right, let's try this. Share screen. No, won't do it. Right, I'm going to refresh. Packer, sing £5 of Tuppenny Rice, can you, mate? Hopefully you'll be here when I get back. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Yeah, welcome to the Packer Show, everybody, and my gay curtains.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Screen. Nah. Oh, here we go. Lovely. Right, people, ladies and gentlemen, Attila, the socialist stockbroker. I haven't heard this fella since about 1982. Just looking at me is making me want to eat caviar and pour champagne over his... No, just drink it. Here we go. I'm going to mute myself. Let me know you can hear it, people.
Bollocks to Farage and Tory defector, two pinstripe bastards from the stockbroking sector.
I mean, did he really, at his age, start that song with bollocks to Farage and the Tory? Just grow up. Well, listen carefully. Oi, Vincent, you want to come on? You were going to come on yesterday, and I think you disappeared. But you're more than welcome to come on for a chat today if you want. That Marzipan, someone else said that. He does look. He's got it all, hasn't he? He's got everything about him. Anyway, let's listen to a bit more of his terrible song. Hang on a minute. Nice one for joining up, Vincent.
Bollocks to Farage and Tory defector, two pinstripe bastards from the stockbroking sector. Working folk get gone, they think UKIP are alright, but Nigel and his friends would piss on them from a great height. Fear of Farage land. Whoa.
You know what? I can't believe he said pinstripe, as in wearing a pinstripe. So it's like saying fat cats, isn't it? It's got a bit of that about it. Oh, those fat cats. I'm sorry people got off their asses and tried to make a nice life for themselves while you just sat at home moaning, smoking fucking tea bags, you dozy prick.
A place we couldn't stand. Whoa, whoa. Meanwhile, things are hotting up in Clacton, alright. Ting-tongs in the takeaways, sluts in the night. Boneheads grow their hair a bit, throw away their boots, cause now they're joining UKIP, they're supposed to wear suits. Fear of Farage land.
It's ridiculous. What has wearing suits got to do with politics? It's so childish. You should know, man. I mean, you know, you're about 60. You walk around in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. That's right. Yeah, I bet your family are really proud of your pathetic life. I might try and get him on. He'll come on as well because he needs the attention. And I'll say to him, I'm embarrassed for you. I was embarrassed at 12 and I'm embarrassed at 32. What a ridiculous thing. Bollocks to the fat cats and people with cars. bollocks to people who've done something, bollocks. Hey, that other song I told you about, he was going bollocks to that. He's just been saying bollocks to things for his whole life.
You wrote the same 4 songs for 30 years.
Yeah, the bollocks song. Yeah, and you know why? To compensate for the lack of bollocks in between his legs. He's got no balls. He's a what do they call him? What do they call him? He's a eunuch. The eunuch, the stockbroker. Vincent, do you want to come in for a chat? Where is he? That's the one, Rusty.
Yes, he does, yeah. He does.
All right, here you go. Vincent, I'll pop it in the chat. Get in quickly so I can close it down, though. Hello, Joshua. Nice to see thee. I'm with you, JP. Everyone at least have one, and not just for funerals and weddings, you know, have some respect. The fucking classic 3-piece suit is English. It's an English thing. Everyone thinks it's Italian. It drives me nuts. You wouldn't catch me in an Armani suit if you fucking paid me. Well, you would, but I'd take it off after I'd got the money. No, man, you've only got to go back like 100 years and working class English people wore suits. And then in the 80s, oh, no, get into some African American sportswear, you somnambulist fools. It's just like pajamas. Get out of bed, stay asleep, walk around, get back to bed.
I was driving through a village on the way home the other day, and I saw a bloke. He must have been nearly 90 years old, and he had like dark blue striped with white striped silky tracksuit bottoms on, trainers, and a grey hoodie with the hood up.
I mean, maybe I'll cut him a little bit of slack because he might have dementia or something.
No,
me?
No. Vinny, you don't like me calling you Vincent, do you?
No, you're all right. I just don't like other people calling me it, apart from my mum.
I think people's full names are lovely. You can call me Christopher if you like.
All right then, Chris.
All right then, Chris is a good answer. Actually, I'll give you that. Was that deliberate? No.
Deliveroo. Do you remember when we met yet at all? You still forgot?
What is this? The Faversham?
No, it was. I met you at Glastonbury once. Just said hello, basically, and I think I bumped into you at another festival, the Wango Riley somewhere. It wasn't even a festival, just a thing they did in the woods. And then I come over to you. I come to your mate's house once in Dartford, didn't I? And picked up something off you, that Northern Lights special thing you had.
I have no idea about all this.
Yeah,
I'm a bit upset about it. I'd love to.
That's all right. It's a long time ago, mate. It took me 2.5 years to remember exactly where I knew you from.
I'll tell you what, if I actually sold you some of that Northern Lights, I bet it was expensive.
It was a bit more expensive, but it was good. It was good. I got my money back, put it that way.
Lovely, because we grew that.
We
couldn't really get that in England at the time. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you all those times at the time, but why am I keep going on here?
There was 2 people. A girl was called Dominique, and the fella was called Arthur. That's how they linked me up with you somehow. But maybe you didn't know them. It might have been another mate. Don't matter anyway. Nice to sort of link up with you again. You know what I mean? It's like you've joined the dots. I met up with Wolfie the other week as well. Did he tell you?
Did he punch you in the head?
No.
Well, you say that, but the first time and only time I met him, he punched me in the head.
I'm surprised he could reach. He's not as tall as we are. You're tall.
It weren't a punch.
Anyway, he's a lovely fella.
No, he is a lovely fella. But for some reason, he just went smack. And you know what I'm like with my headache? So I was like, fucking hell, man. Maybe he was drunk. Ask him. Is he in the chat? Wolfie, why did you give Chris a slap round the chops, round the head for? Right there it was. right on the cranium. Right, pal. Just looking at the chat, Vincent is a top geezer. We've never met, but we spoke. Our pal, he's wicked. Oh, Packer, look at Vincent. Look, he's just running the show now. It's amazing. Just had a couple of mouthfuls of coffee, gone and done some shopping.
Good, isn't he?
Chilling in southwest London. Oh, I've got the gift of the gab.
Vincent, do it, man. Do it.
What?
Do it. Respond to the chat. Do the show for a bit.
All right, yeah.
I mean,
Well, go back.
go
Jack
on.
London. All right, brother. Dotty, it says, is AI. Who's AI? Me?
Let me see where you are. I want to find out where you are so I can put the messages that you're putting on.
JP, ha ha ha, punch you in the head. That's not very nice. How do we know JP might only be 4 foot nothing? He's a big man, but he might only be short. Who knows? I doubt it. Not from his voice. He's too deep. His voice is way too deep to be a little fella, isn't he?
Honey Monster calls you Vincerto. I quite like that. Vincerto?
Vincenzo is more suitable.
Oh, have I got it wrong, have I? Glass has dropped to late.
I didn't see it. Michael Pagan, all right, Michael. John Francis, I thought I blocked him. Because he got a new account, didn't he?
Oh, I blocked him. Amazing.
He was John Francis. Oh, maybe I blocked him on Telegram. Yeah, he got fucking rude to me, mate, that boy. Look, he puts his black hand.
He's mad.
He's pretending he's mad. All right.
Just say hello to him. And that's
right, Ian, mate. Hope you haven't heard from you from a while, brother. Sorry, Chris.
No, you're all right. I'm loving it. But can you do the super chat? It's on the screen.
Okay, Emma Glass, £5 donation. Still at work. You're too distracting. I've got to concentrate. It's a big smiley face. Gonna shoot. Here's a lady. Love to all. Oh, Lady 5. Yeah, Lady Godiva.
Am I too distracting for you, young Emma?
07.
You distract me as well.
Love heart.
Yeah, you know what that means, don't you?
Is it a bit cooler out there at the moment, Chris, or are you sweating out still? Heat wave.
It's 82 Fahrenheit. It is it's cool for this time of year, but I have got like a little fan behind me.
It's the exact same temperature as where I'm standing now in my kitchen on the second floor, top floor flat. Yeah, so there's no insulation in the building very much. It's fucking hot.
So all the heat gun comes up to you. Thank you, Emma. Sorry to be distracted. Go on, carry on, Vincent. I'm loving it.
Umbrella Man. Hello, is this Vinnie Sullivan? He's all right. I like Vinnie Sullivan.
Where was he the bloke who come on here once and kept calling me sir, and he got totally
Vinnie Sullivan?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Maybe he's just a very polite man.
Yeah, but he wasn't when he wasn't in my Twitter inbox when he was going, "You fucking prick, I'll fucking prick you up, you later, you prick, cunt,
really?
prick, shit bastard." And when he
in real life, you're probably good mates. You know what I mean?
Nah, not having it.
On the internet, it's a bit funny.
He didn't need to call me all that. Right, where are you so that I can put the messages up? Absolutely, Barrett Zippo, the Dartford Massive.
I'm at the bottom. John Palmer, A Honey Monster, Massive Penisi, Ian Marr, got plant to water, be right back. Sheila's Dr. Dot. Chris, will you check your buy me a coffee before your stream finishes? She's obviously donated.
I will do it right now, young Dotty. That's Dotty. Dotty.
Yeah, look at this guy. John Francis. Vinny thinks Daddy Trump's a good guy. Fuck me, yeah. As if I know Donald Trump.
He had a go at me the other day. I didn't even mention Trump, and he was like, Trump does nothing.
He's got the TDS. Vinny's a good guitarist, though.
He's got inverse TDS, hasn't he? Dottie has bought me a future. She said, lovely to see Jack in our chat. Thanks for bringing us all together, Chris. Well, thanks for coming, Dottie. You know, it takes two to scrub tango, as they say in Buenos Aires.
Dave's Waffle House, didn't he bring Sheila and a few of these other people into your chat as well? I think. Like Peter Benton. Peter Benton's in Dave Waffle House's chat, generally.
Yes.
But you advertise. Yes, it's like a hybrid now, isn't it?
I have noticed.
What's that, mate?
Don't worry. Oh, what about this one?
Yeah, that's the guy, Chris. He called you a Zionist.
Yeah, that's right. That's it, Vinnie Sullivan. Does he still make content? He used to make videos, didn't he?
Last time I see, he was just going around looking at old pubs. She doesn't want them all to be closed down because they're meeting places for working class people and that. But I don't really drink alcohol.
It's a fair point. He sees himself as a bit of an hard case, doesn't he? But he's like about 3.5 foot tall or something.
No, Vinnie Sullivan's tall.
The last
some-
video I see he made, he was looking at all this sort of American wild style graffiti down in, like, I suppose it would have been South London, and he was looking at all, like, he was suggesting there were sort of Masonic symbols in it or something. Maybe there were. Who am I to disagree? I'm just a man sitting on a chair with my bollocks touching the floor.
Anyone can draw an Illuminati thing, and if someone will say it's a Masonic thing, who cares?
Can you draw an Illuminati thing and say it's a Masonic sign? Can you do that now?
I could do.
Well, go on then. Go on then.
Well, on a bit of paper here, but you won't see it.
Yeah, I'm going to do one as well. Yeah, but you can put your camera on, can't you? I'll do one as well. Parker, can you draw a Masonic sign?
What's the Masonic sign?
Well, that's the quiz, isn't it? If I tell you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've done it.
I'm no doubt the chat will give you some kind of, if you're really struggling. You've done it. Hang on. I haven't done mine yet. I'm
not in the Masons, but I know all about them.
Ouch.
My one looks a bit sensual. Right, yeah, it is my effort. What do you make of that one? Would you think that was a Masonic? Do you like it?
It's quite futuristic version of it, I would say.
It's got almost a bit of like an alien stroke.
Alien looking. Yeah.
Alienati.
Martian. Ah, interesting. I don't really want to kill my camera off.
Quickly dragged his out the way then. What have you? He's done the same as me almost. He just missed the arms.
Can I take a picture of it and send it to you in Telegram?
You can do that, yes. Look at that, Packer. Look, put yours up. It's like we've done some weird mentalism. Put it up again. Vinnie Sutherland was right.
Vinnie Sullivan. I'm not Vinnie Sullivan.
No, I know. You're the real Vincent. You're the real Vincent.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a lot of fake. Do you know why I chose that? There's two reasons. It's a sovereign citizen.
You've got to give me longer to guess when you ask questions like that.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't guess anday, so I just want to. Well, go on. Yeah, I'll let you guess. Actually, because you probably will get it.
Have you emailed it to me? Oh, listen, people. While we're on the subject, someone set up a Chris Cambodia Dangerfield Telegram channel. It ain't me. I don't know what they're playing at. And I've had some weird emails lately as well. So someone might be, trying to cause me some problems somewhere along the line. So don't think that's me if you see it.
Is it on YouTube or something?
No, Telegram.
I sent it in
where
Scrubs Elite, in our pals chat.
Pizzles chat?
Yeah, I tagged it to you. You know the Billy Free Zone, the Billy Blogs Free Zone, because he's a fucking weirdo.
He's a lovely lad. What, the tugboat you mean, or the other one?
Nah, I'm not in that anymore because it's fucking a negative atmosphere. I don't like it.
They're always at each other's throats. That's why I set up this other thing.
But I don't speak to Mouse Cat anymore because he doesn't come in the other one much. But maybe he doesn't want to talk to me, so I don't really care anyway.
My
Mate,
God.
do you think I give a fuck? Where I'm from, I'm like you, but the other side of London, we don't give a fuck about much things, do we? Even ourselves. We don't care about nothing. We don't care what people think or nothing unless they're saying it to your face. Then there's a problem. Then, but who cares? Words, was it? Yeah, exactly. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you.
Oi, Vincent, can you remember what little boys are made of?
Puppy dogs' tails and snails and shit. I can't remember now.
Oh, yeah, it's on the right tracks. Look, that was Vincent. So we all went for a triangle. We all went for the all-seeing eye.
Yeah, all-seeing eye.
You've gone for some kind of sun's rays there.
That's the proper one. Well. That's the one. The one I've done is the one.
I did.
Yeah, but I thought we were meant to be making them up. What do you mean the proper one?
That's
what, the real Illuminati?
Yeah, the Freemasonry's based in America, isn't it, really, now?
Hang on, what? You think there's... Go on, Packer, put yours up and I'll divide us, but I'll do a different setup. So hold it tight. Hold it up. Let me get it so we can...
Oh, I've lost the chat now. Let's go back.
Oh, hang on. What's that? Oh, no, I fucked it up. fuck, I forgot that Vincent wasn't doing it, and I had it on Telegram. But that was an interesting game, and I'm going to
Sorry, mate.
reward the stream 9 out of 10 points for that little game we done there. Very good, Vincent.
You could
Vincent,
link that. You could link that back to the people. You could do a little quiz like that, or a game, and do it via the Telegram link and show it like that.
I really haven't got a clue
it.
whatever you're talking about every time you come on, but I do like you a lot. What was I going to ask you? So hang on. So hello, Skin. How are you, brother? Nice to see you. I wasn't going to ask you that, Vincent. That would be ridiculous because hello, Skin isn't a question. So
I've got
do you
skinhead at the moment,
are you skinning up?
I've got a skinhead at the moment. I had long hair. I went to see Spiritualised again, didn't I? At the Barbican.
You love them, didn't you?
Back. And I grew my hair. I grew my hair for 1 year and 3/4, and it was too long. It's nearly 1 foot long, man. It's mad. I look like Jesus, proper. I could show you a picture of me looking like Jesus, maybe.
No, you don't want to be like out in yourself. Listen,
I don't want to dox myself because I know what the fucking Hope Not Hate and all these creeps are like. Well, I live in Kingston, which is a woke liberal area.
With your endless activism and countless YouTube channels, they'll be straight on you.
Yeah, I know, but I want to do one myself. But
I think it would be excellent if you had your own. I advise everyone to do one. Vincent, so I want to talk about the Illuminati because you said yours is the real one.
Yeah.
What is the Illuminati? I don't know. I'm not joking either.
It's all right. Well, it's like you got Freemasonry, right? There's 2 types: Yorkshire Rite, York Rite, Scottish Rite. York Rite is basically.
Speak up a little bit, can you?
Oh, sorry. York Rite, Scottish Rite, 2 branches of Freemasonry. And as far as I can tell, the Scottish Rite is more Catholic, maybe, or parts of it. I don't know. I can't generalise because it's not. It's different. Illuminati is a name of.
Sorry,
you must have seen. Have you seen the Da Vinci Code? Surely. The film Dan Brown.
No, actually. But hang on, you're not basing it on that, are you? Are you basing a real belief in a? No, okay, sorry. No, of course not. Sorry.
But Dan Brown did that book. It's half fiction, half fact. And
What would we
the
call
Lost
that?
Symbol.
Faction.
If you like books, you like reading, yeah. If you want to read a good book, the Da Vinci Code is a bloody good book to read, and so is.
It ain't a bit of me, to be honest with you. I can tell you that from here. But hang on. But you said your thing was the. You just told me about Scottish Freemasons. What's the Illuminati? What is that? Hello, AO.
It obviously comes from the Bavarian Adam Weishaupt, who was working for the Roman Catholic Church, who invaded or embedded himself into Freemasonry, so he can control it more. But I don't know if it's just Romans. The Roman Catholic Church, to be honest, it's just people. I mean, like there's Knights Templars, isn't there? There's a group of Freemasonry, and mate, it's too much. It's too complicated. I know all about it, but to recall it from my memory now, it's a bit too much.
Looking like you do,
though. Well, ask me a question.
What is it?
What is it?
If you're allowed to be stoned, just tell me to fuck off.
All right.
It's I don't want
like
to talk
America.
about it.
You know about the Civil War, independence, and how America was founded.
I do know a little bit about that, yeah.
All right, I've watched a lot of films, documentaries that explain it all. If you haven't watched them, you won't know. The Patriot. If you've seen the film The Patriot.
I'll tell you what. We can approach this from a different angle. Are the Illuminati a secret organization that control the world?
They're trying to, but they're not secret. You can join them. You can Google Illuminati.com and you can join them.
What? You can get a lot of membership and that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's real.
Hang on, what? You get like a badge and like a little credit card.
Join the free. I was going to join the Rosicrucians because I prefer their angle than the Freemasons and Illuminati. It's different.
Hang on,
Christian
what I'm
mystics.
missing is this jump from Freemasons, which I do understand, to the Illuminati. That's the bridge that you're not providing me with.
Well, the Freemasons is more over our side. It's from Africa, isn't it? Egypt, Israel. They built the temples. You know, like Masonic is like the 4 beats, the Masonic music. Western European music is Masonic. We live in a Masonic society. We always have done. Our bricks are square, and you know that we build in squares. We don't build in circles. In Arabia, it's different. They're not Masonic, are they?
Do
Well, they are
you
now,
not
anyway.
think that some of this stuff is making connections that aren't really there, though?
No, because they are there. I'm not stupid, and
Well, hang
I
on,
can
you're
prove
saying,
it, but
hang on,
not like
European
this.
music hasn't always been 4 beats to a bar, though, has it?
Well,
European
no, the
classical
Irish isn't.
music. Yeah, so
Irish Celtic music isn't, but that's pre-Masonic, obviously. Masons,
okay.
and it's 17 something when they came back, but they were always underground, or maybe they might have been lost.
But why would they make? But why would they
It's to
make
do
us
with,
build things? But hang on, we did build round castles because they were better to protect against like catapults and that.
That's true. We'd have some round like forts
Why would a sort of a secret society that you can join on the internet? Why would they want music to have 4 beats in a bar? Well, how does that help them?
Well, it's Romanesque as well, isn't it? Still, civilization and the Renaissance and that comes out of Europe, which we did owe a lot to Rome as well.
Are you saying Caligula like dance music? Is that what this is all about?
No, but before it was dance music, it was classical music. It was to those similar beats that we like, as opposed to the
but classical
Indian
music doesn't
beats.
really go 4s, does it? It changes each, different
Yeah,
bars.
classical music does. What's that? It's only rock and roll and house music that has that Masonic do. It's to do with the heartbeat. That's house music.
No, my brother said that to me when I was about 16, and I
120
laughed.
BPM. It was 120 BPM, was it?
That our heartbeat
I don't know, mate.
is. Wait, Vincent, are you a stay high?
I just had to have my first cup of coffee. Do you know what it is, Chris? I was out yesterday. I don't drink. Yesterday I had a few beers, and I ended up having half a cider. It spanned me out a bit.
I had it.
brain's
I
a
had
bit
it
numb.
the other week. Yeah.
And on Monday,
really,
on Monday night, I had a fucking session on that sniffing shit, and that done my head in a little bit.
That's
Just recovering.
Stuff. Come on, Vincent.
Yeah, it's just numbed my brain at the top forehead. But no, I'm 58 years old, man. You know what I mean? I know about all these things.
And you know what, Vincent? You do know about these things. In NA, you've got your crack and you've got this and that. It's the coke that is people dying because it's so much pressure on your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, all cocaine has got animal wormer in it now. All of it.
Benzocaine, other stuff.
No, look up Levasimol. Look that up.
I have done it before.
And
I don't think that's in it all, but
it is. I guarantee.
But what
it.
source? There's too many different sources, though. They won't all have that same stuff.
There's HP. You got tomato, of course.
The only way to tell is to wash it up yourself, and then you can see the purity.
But Levasimol doesn't. Levasimol
wash it back.
Gets through a crack wash.
It doesn't wash out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Right. I don't do it. So don't do it.
But even without that, anyway. I'm preaching to converted. You probably woke up the next day and were like, "Oh man, that fucking stuff." Sorry, I've just got to interrupt briefly. Dottie, thanks for that. Buying me a beer, love.
I ain't looking at the chat anymore. So sorry, I'm not looking at the chat anymore. I was
Vincent, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not so good and 10 being very good, how are you socially?
Me? How? In what way?
Well, just like
I'm well sociable.
So like
most
a 9
like
then.
Me. Yeah,
people
9 out of 10.
Like you.
Most people like me. Yeah. The only people that don't like me have got severe problems themselves.
It's their problem, of course.
Yeah, and they don't like if someone's happy and chatty and sociable. People hate that sometimes. They want to be anyway.
You know what,
They want to beat
Vincent?
me up.
I'll tell you, as I got older, Vincent, I realised that I had a few friends that I thought were good friends, but when something good happened to me or I achieved something, they didn't like it.
Yeah, they're not your real friends, obviously.
Yeah, but these were like really good friends. And then I realised
But-
there were different friends who'd be really encouraging when I said, oh, I've done this and this has come through. They'd be like, wow, it's amazing. I think Oscar Wilde, there's a famous Oscar Wilde quote, is something like, every time a friend succeeds, a little... Oi, Vincent, wait till I've finished what I'm saying and then say your bit, because then people can understand what we're talking about. Yeah, again there. I think Oscar Wilde said, every time, words to the effect of, every time a friend of mine succeeds, a little part of me dies. And that, I think that's what I learned from friends, so-called friends. Have you ever had that?
I was going to say, I think people will act that they're nice, that they're happy for you when they're really not. And the other people that look like they're not happy for you, it's not that they're not happy for you, it's just they're not happy for themselves. They're not even jealous of you doing well. It's just because they haven't done well. They're like, oh no, what? I've not done anything like that in my life. I'm useless. I'm useless.
I think you've nailed it. It's that it's not that they're actually gutted for you, but it causes them to evaluate their own situation, and then that you get envy, and it's a horrible feeling, envy, isn't it? Wanting something. Yeah.
So you're holding a mirror up to them, to their face. Somehow.
Do you hold a mirror up to your face? Like metaphorically, I mean.
I've got a council flat, so I live in a council flat. I've not got the pressure of mortgages and rent and all that so much, you know what I mean?
Is your old man a dustman?
No, he was a heating engineer, plumber, but he's dead, so I got his flat when he died. That's it.
Hang on, you got the council flat when your old man died?
Yeah, I inherited the tenancy because I was staying here before. I was a carer for him for a year before he died.
Oh, fair play.
That was
fair
enough,
play.
like over a year, but that was enough to help. So I did have a place myself, but I got evicted. I didn't want to live there anymore anyway. Right in the centre of Kingston, it was a nightmare. Where I live's okay now. I'm in the middle of Kingston and Rains Park, which is in between Wimbledon and Kingston.
Oh,
right,
I mean, it's down. Kingston's nice, isn't it? But
yeah, well, further out, go further away from Kingston, and that's when it's still better, nice now. So my bad language there, bad grammar, that was terrible, wasn't it?
You've got that lovely river down there, isn't there? I'm sure my cousin took his boat. Is it the Thames in Kingston?
Yeah, it's the River Thames.
We've got the Thames goes through Dartford, you know.
Yeah, that's at the other end. Henley starts up in Wales, doesn't it?
I thought it was the Cotswolds, you know.
Cotswolds, that's it, yeah.
Is it? I don't know. That was just a... Right, hang on. Skin says that a different wing of the Masons, Alfred Pike, the founder.
That's like an
John
American Illuminati.
says Jesuits, sorry. Jesuits.
Yeah, Latchmere House is not, it was an asylum centre. It might still be an asylum centre. It was a youth hostel place. That's near where I live, yeah. Latchmere House, it used to be like a boarding school. Or
I thought
youth
you
custody
said
centre.
that's near my house. I thought you said that's near my house. Do you get on with the people who live around where you are and that?
Another cup of coffee. Yeah, pretty much. Just had a tyre change. The geezer was from Pakistan. As good as gold, mate. 15 quid. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get it done anywhere else. The shops were shut. I had a totally bald tyre, so I wouldn't be able to drive my car. So you can't discriminate against everyone for no reason. But you can discriminate against people if they're wrong uns, as far as I'm concerned. But as I say, where I live, it's a nice area, so
it's not really for me about individuals. It's about cultures. That's the difference.
British culture isn't always that great, though, is it? Drinking alcohol and smashing up pubs and fighting people—that's not my British culture.
Not breeding. Not breeding is quite a problem, isn't it?
I ain't got no kids, mate. To be honest, I don't really care. There's
To
too many
be
people on the
honest.
planet.
Do you reckon we should stop breeding?
I might be sterile for all I know. I've shagged a few birds, but I wasn't trying to get them pregnant, so they wouldn't have, would they? She ain't stupid.
Did their boobs get in the way when you were trying to come onto their heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm fucking thinking anymore. I got nothing to say now.
No,
just because I'm tired, man.
Tired. I wrote a book called Tired, etc. because I used to use it as an excuse when I was stoned all the time. Nah, it's rubbish.
It's fucking hot in here, man. 82.1. It's getting hotter.
What are you wearing? Anything sexy?
I've got shorts, like army style shorts, cut off quite to the knee. Nice. No top. Pair of manky old Timberland boots that are still comfortable, and a pair of black socks that are thin. That's it, really.
Good calves?
Yeah, I cycle around. I'm fit as fuck, man. I'm about 12 and a half to 13 stone, but I'm not fat, really. But I'm not that big.
On the social scale.
Do some fucking weights, mate.
Vincent, do you get a bit of bird action here and there?
Not really. I did have a girlfriend, sort of, but she's in prison for 5 years. She was a bit mental, and doesn't matter. She ended up smoking crack, going fucking mental, but nothing to do with me. She keeps ringing me up from prison as if like we're a couple, but I think she's just mad. Or she comes out, she might want somewhere to live. She's a good girl, but she's a bit mental.
How's she doing with the crack thing?
She's in jail, mate. So she's been in there for 4 years, nearly.
Easiest place to find drugs in the world, in the whole country, is prison.
When she was in the mental hospital having a breakdown, she threw a kettle of water over some horrible girl that was fucking picking on her. And then after that, she's had a fight with a police officer or something, or assaulted a police officer. So they've given her 5 years. But she ain't my girlfriend. She's just a girl lived up the road. But it was the last girl that I had a sexual relationship with. And that's it, really. But yeah, she was 20 years my junior. So I must have something.
Well,
20 years your junior, psychotic, crackhead. Yeah.
Yeah. The link was because
she was a 10.
We both smoke a bit of weed. Nah, she's about a 6 or 7, to be honest. Not even that. But so I've had a lot better girls than that.
Hang on, when you say she's a 6 and a 7, not even that, that makes her a 5.
5 3/4.
5. There you go. Fair enough. Are you stirring your coffee?
Yeah, mate.
It's a lovely
Only
sound.
instant. Oh, God's sake. The coffee I drink, they've just not been able to produce it. I was climbing the walls. I had a little bit left. Couldn't find it anywhere. All sold out. Ocado, Waitrose, Amazon, the whole world. Managed to find a place in Nottingham that had 3 jars. And I bought 2 jars, £9.50 a jar. Oh, it saved my life. It's only normally £5.50 in the shop.
A poo jar, yeah?
100 grams of instant coffee. It's expensive, mate, in this country.
Hang on, have you got, is there only one coffee you'll drink then? At
the moment, it all upsets my stomach.
Except for one?
Yeah.
And what
Cafe
is that?
Direct. Cafe Direct, Mayan Gold. It's only one, mate. The second one is okay. Perkle, Colombian one.
Hello,
but that's not as good.
Have you ever had that one that the monkeys eat and they shit out the beans?
No, I can't really drink. I don't make the real coffee at home much anymore, but I do have them out, the odd Neros and Starbucks. But instant's enough for me, mate.
Well, you say that as if you're, easy going, but if you joined all the dots together of where you looked for your special coffee, you've got a swastika. If you got a map and put a little cross on all the places you went to look for your special coffee, join them all up, you get a swastika, I promise you.
I suspect so, like a Buddhist one. I've got that on and I was using that on my Telegram handle. I had a Buddhist swastika. I changed it to a strawberry because it's Wimbledon.
Is it called a swastika when the Buddhists use it?
Yeah, it's 2 words: swas, SWAS, and tikka, as in chicken tikka, but with only 1 K. Swastika. It means something to do with love, light, love, life, and happiness. Love, light, and happiness is what it is.
It's
Sanskrit,
like a mirror image, isn't it, of the of our German
some people
compatriot.
call it a sun wheel. I don't think it's anything to do with the sun wheel. It's similar to the yin and yang, you know. It's a Buddhist symbol. Buddhism is yin yang, isn't it? They take that same energy, positive, negative energy, as in
My
martial
missus-
arts, you know.
My missus is all over Buddhism. We've got 2 temples
Yeah.
down here, 2 little altars down there. See them? See that
Yeah.
one? I
Nice
said, what's
proper little
that?
one.
That's a woman who looks after our house. She's dead and that, but my missus like puts all new plants. There's like makeup and a mirror, lipstick. She puts all sorts of things in it. That one's to Buddha.
That's like a shrine.
And then outside she's got 2, and she does it. Sometimes she'll be up at 6 o'clock in the morning with the old joss sticks in her hand, doing all that. I love it. Love it.
Spirituality.
I love the fact that our children will learn all that. I love it. I think Buddhism's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Spiritualism, isn't it? I like
Vincent,
Buddhism.
I'm going to let you go now, brother.
Yeah, mate. Lovely to talk to you. Next time I'll be more prepared, maybe. None
of this
streams.
apology. Listen, none of this is necessary. It's been very, very interesting and
Unscripted.
entertaining. It's been
It's a
great.
shame I've got to be
What, you're gonna
filtered,
write?
really. I still have to filter myself because I'd like to talk to you about things that are going on here, but we can't. Not in here. You have to go on Rumble and that, you know, to talk about those issues. But not on a Saturday afternoon, anyway.
Well, it's fucking Sunday morning for me.
Oh, is it? I'll have to get on 42s. I popped on 42s a couple of times with Packer as well. We've been on as of last year.
Get over there and talk about it and get in.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the subjects and topics separate. That's what it's about. You as a comedian, you know, you're funny. You're more light-hearted kind of person.
But sometimes we talked about men's issues the other night. I don't know. Did you see that one?
Watch all of that. I watched a bit, but
not up your street, that stuff.
I ain't got no issues really, apart from I need a good girl. I need a rich bloody.
Hang on,
outside
Vincent.
the front.
Hang on, you got no problem.
Nah, fit and healthy. Oh, I sliced my fingertip off of a glass kettle. That's been my only problem, and I've got another ball tire that needs changed on my car. I really don't care about things like that. I just live my life day to day. It's a lot easier.
Do they call you the breeze?
Yeah, exactly. JJ Cale, baby.
There you go. You're the spiritualised.
Oh yeah, Jason Pierce at the bloody Barbican. It was amazing. The acoustics, absolutely amazing. Only holds 2,000 people. It was full up. No, he didn't. It was all pure phase.
He does that.
It was a pure phase. It was a pure phase thing.
Oh, that's what you told me. Yeah. The one that Mads Thingy Bob come on here produced. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How was that? Was it good?
It was fucking amazing, Chris. Absolutely amazing.
Was it going wow?
Yeah, I've got some recorded. I've got videos of it. I've got some videos. I think they might be on my YouTube channel. If not, I'll email some.
Vincent, fair play for taking that little. I said you might like them, and you went and see them, and it sounds like you really like them now.
I knew them from before. That's another time when I met you. You were standing behind me at Glastonbury when he played there, and his guitars were all detuned by someone, and he had the amp and he went off stage. It didn't play. I don't think it was the NME stage. It was something smaller. He wasn't that well known then. But what it was, I didn't really like the normal spiritualized music, the songs, but he had loads of Andy Weatherall remixes, and I love them with the more breakbeat beats. Okay. It's like, spiritualized. But then I obviously did like them all along. Like I said, I didn't like the Smiths. When I first joined the Scrubs chat, the Lifeboat, I don't really like the Smiths, only one song, How Soon Is Now. And then I went through the Smiths and I put loads in there. I was like, actually, I do like the Smiths. I love it.
They're great.
You don't realise. Shoplifters of the World Unite and all that.
Oh, brilliant.
There's tons of them. Panic in the streets of London. Yeah, it's amazing. Is that called Panic, that one? Yeah, it's brilliant.
No, it might be called London, actually.
Is it? I'll find out. I'll put them in our pals chat. He likes the Smiths as well, doesn't he?
Trains waiting at the station, and do you think you've made the right decision this time?
He's all on our side. Yeah, I've got this chat going now. Smiths are nice. Real Vincent Griffiths, TRVG 1407. Nice one. Sufist. We'll have to have a meet up. We'll have to have a Scrubs Elite Scrubs in real life meetup maybe one day.
Well, listen, you joined the firm today. Well, it's going to be a bit
I'll
hard.
pay out getting it.
It's more than a bus ride for me.
Yeah,
but
you can't.
Look out for the notifications, because we can say anything on that Discord server. I mean, it's a bit light. It's nice. You just chill out. I will be doing more of them. I finally thought I should do things for members because they've been very generous and kind to me. So I finally
I haven't
sorted
joined
something
just
out.
for that. I was a member for ages, but I thought you would stop doing it. So I thought, oh, might as well. Just wanted to save the money because I was skint at the time. Every pound counted. You know what I mean? So I cancelled. I cancelled my YouTube premium account, $12.99, and I just thought I'll just stop all my memberships.
Vincent, I got
it's only
that.
£15 a month.
I got that.
Sorry.
I got that YouTube premium 1 month for free. I fucking hated it. I didn't like it. No
adverts.
Yeah, but I don't get any adverts anyway. Just put a VPN on, set it to Mongolia, and you don't get any adverts.
You've not got to pay for the VPN, so that's cheaper.
Yeah, but I pay my VPN 1 year. Yeah, it works out about that. Yeah. Okay, but it's also lets me watch football for next to nothing and all sorts of things.
Okay.
Like I can watch BBC One. Yeah, all that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, it unlocks it all, sort of.
Not all, but
no.
I know people get sick of NordVPN adverts and that, but it's a cracking bit of software, and also it stops people tracking you.
That's what you use. That got hacked though one time. Nord got hacked one time, didn't it?
I don't know. That's
I think so.
Bit unnerving. Right, Vincent,
I'll have to look into it more. Yeah, lovely to talk to you, Chris. Nice one, Packer.
Look after
I'll speak to you soon.
Lovely to talk to you. It's lovely to meet a man who outright says he's got no problems apart from a bald tyre.
Cheers, Vincent. Yeah, living the dream. Got his own flat in Richmond. Beating crazy birds off with a stick.
No, maybe. If I get a YouTube channel going, maybe I will be like that. If I show my face,
if you want to do that and you want any tips on setting it up, just let me know. I'll help.
Definitely, I will. I'll get a struggle with the StreamYard thing. Take care, Chris. All the best.
Ta-da, mate. Ta-da. Give Vincent some love in the chat there, people. I don't give him an easy ride, and he keeps going. He just keeps fucking talking. Lovely, isn't he, Packer? A bit of old Vinny.
Yeah. He was top drawer, wasn't he?
I can't believe it. I said, you got no problems. And he said, no. It's amazing. I think that's the first person I've ever said that to who said, no, I'm all right. Amazing, really. I might have learned something tonight. Should we see if someone else wants to come in?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the chat if anyone wants to come in. I ain't got a lot of time left. What's that?
I said, are you there, Dave?
Yeah. Oi, Waffle House. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. I ain't got a lot of time left because I've got to start writing, and it's 20 to 2 in the morning, and the griff dried up about 30 minutes ago. There's the chat. It's only one at a time. Thank you, Sheila. Sorry, Dottie. Here we go. Plastic African jumped on it. Absolutely jumped. I only have one person in at a time. Well, apart from Packer, obviously. Plastic African, how are you?
Easy. How's it going?
Oh, well, we can't see you, but if that's your choice, that's fine.
It's all good. My camera isn't set up at the moment. I was in an awkward position. No, I wasn't in the bath like Packer. So, I was thinking about it, but, Packer beat me to it.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, I've got to have a shower. The missus has been away about 3 days, and I smell like a polecat, to be honest with you, at the moment.
Oh, your last place had a pool, though, didn't it?
I had access to a pool, but it wasn't actually mine. Skin and Tonic drops a 10 spot. Look at that, beautiful. He bought the stream another 10 minutes. Lovely. Cheers, Skin. Appreciate it. Nice to see you in here as well. I said that earlier, though. What's happening with you? Are you still on this project? Is that going well?
No. I've moved on now. I called my bet. I took my bucks out. I've invested other, everything grows. So once I've
Hang
grown,
on, you thought I'm done with this? It was because
I got enough out of it. It's evolved. So I've let that go. It's good.
when we last spoke, you said I got the impression you were having trouble with other people letting you down. That was
Of course, yeah, that's the way it works. That is always the way it works. You know that. You put your heart and soul into things, and people let you down, and you realize, okay, I'm taking my losses. I'm getting the fuck out of here. That doesn't mean that it's going bad. You pick up the pieces and move on. Other enterprises,
No, absolutely. If anything, you're a better entrepreneur for going through that.
Yeah, but it also means it's the NI insurance thing, isn't it? I'm not paying that. I'm out.
I thought you'd cut your beard, but then I realised you've just tied it together, which makes me feel like you've been typing.
Oh no, it's just in the wind and that when you walk or run. You can't, it blows everywhere, doesn't it? Nail it down.
Have you got like a really long ponytail tied together as well?
You do know I have bloody long hair, dude.
Yeah, but I've seen it all out, but
yeah,
I've just realised you've got some kind of wind control system going on.
Oh no, I mean I just I can't comb it too much. It gets tangled, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Look.
I'd
love to have tangled hair. I'd love to have tangled hair. I'd tangle it.
It's funny because I could do that to people, just like make them a little crop top.
My missus does it while I'm asleep, and she takes photos of me.
Brilliant. I like it. Huge. It's going to be huge.
Vincent dropped a Lady Godiva and he said, some grease for the rails. Nice to chat. Always a pleasure. Vincent, I give you an hard time. I don't know if you know, which makes it even more exciting, but you ride it like an angel. So fair play. Appreciate it. So come on, what's happening? You got anything on the horizon? Did you say that you've sorry.
No, I've always got stuff on the horizon. I mean, I'm going for a breakdown in my little shack that I have in Devon.
Now that was a weird thing to say because you said I'm going for a breakdown, and
I'm going for a breakdown in my shack.
Yeah. Okay, you've got a little bit. You got a little property in Devon, have you?
Yeah, in Devon. Yeah, near Weymouth. So
nice.
I'm rented out most of the time. You know how it is. But I have my little piece during the peaks or when I want to. These times I take it. The rest of the time it's being rented, used. Yeah.
Okay. What's that, for Airbnb, or have you got someone private landlord in it or something?
It depends on the peak and updraft. So it's it's private. It's all good.
All right.
I mean if you're around,
let me just go and change my vape for a new battery. Packer won't say anything.
I was down there in the summer. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I saw a phenomenon where the lightning was like red at the top and it went white beam all the way down. It was amazing. This is near what beach was it? Anyway, it's in Weymouth near. Amazing little scene. I asked somebody about it.
Hang on. Did you see an unidentified flying object?
It's a phenomenon that happens with electricity, where you get almost like a bell curve of red at the top, and then everything is white. And my missus said she could see my skull. Like when it went boom, it was like a radiation thing. It's a weird phenomenon that happens, and I got to see what.
Hang on, what's it called? I'm about to look it up. What's it called?
I do not know what it's called.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you.
I do not know what it's called.
Did you say you looked like a Cenobite?
It was like a bell, like a weird bell. Hang on.
Pizzle reckons it's called a sprite, but I think that's from a kid's book.
Right, man. It's a weird phenomenon. Red lightning, yeah, a phenomenon explained, yeah. And I saw that there. I was mad, and I've seen some good storms in my life, but that took the cake, bro, because it was over it is the Atlantic, isn't it? That goes out from Devon, Cornwall, that way.
No, I would suggest that's going to be the Solent, isn't it? That's the English Channel, isn't it?
No, the channel's the other way. So, I'm there. The channel's
it's... Hang on.
Come on. It's near Devon, bro.
Cornwall's not.
Oh, it was beautiful. Nevertheless, I hope to see it again. I don't think it will happen, but it was amazing. Guess I'm radiated now.
Look at the greed on that. You saw something beautiful and you want more.
Absolutely. Once you see things like that, you got to go like, holy crap, I want to see that again. But because it's unbelievable. I was in Siena in a castle once, and we were in the mountains, and a storm came over, and that was just crazy because we opened the shutters of the huge brick, wall, the walls with these shutters open, and I just sat back on the bed just watching lightning in the mountains.
Lovely. Well, listen to this, Plastic. We were both right, which means we were neither of us were wrong. Oh, excuse me. Weymouth sits on the English Channel, which is a body of water separating southern England from northern France. Technically, it's still part of the Atlantic Ocean system.
Yeah, it goes off.
But if you're in Weymouth, you're paddling in the English Channel mush. That's what my AI says. So there you go. That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, wasn't it just near there? That's why, what was it? The Spanish couldn't get in because of, who was the pirateer that we had? Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake, right? Just there, he put together a ruse, and he banked all their ships coming in to the south. Because of all the rocks out on the Solent. I think it was the sandbanks rather. So you used that. You got guys to like swing. Oh, it's really good ruse.
Ruse. I like the way you've used ruse. I think I've never used that word in my life. No, it was a ruse, but I just haven't never used. I don't think I've used the word. So what? So you're going down to your little hideaway for a bit of peace and quiet, and then what is it? Back to the grind, back to the cold face, and get things up and running again.
I mean, the one thing I'm going to start doing, which I've kind of got going, is I'm buying properties up north, betting on them, and then I'm going in with a team, and we're doing them up, and I'm flipping them.
Okay.
I've got enough money now to fund 2 houses at a time and go, and it's just building and building on that. You know what I mean?
You might want to talk to Jed. I'll tell you why, because Jed's a plasterer. He's up that way somewhere, but he knows all those tradesmen. He will do because he used to work in a team.
Amen.
But you've already said you're working with a team again.
I am. I have to. Because I can't do it alone, so the guys that I have are always going to work with me. I've got numbers that will come. Loyalty is something.
Have you got any construction skills, or are you more of the? Are you going to be like director?
No, I'm on site. I'm not going to pretend I know everything. I'm not going to, but I have the right people in the right places, and I'll know this, the quality of their work. So
I don't know anything about.
I'll finish a lot of things as well. I'll be with them because they need the help. It won't be I'll be there when they need me.
Because when I was talking to Jed about this, he's a scrub. He's only come here recently, but he's a good lad. I had a video chat with him the other day, and he's just got hold of property, and because he's a plasterer and that he can do all the work himself and then flip that. Do you know what I mean? And that's his plan, one of his plans. But what I don't know anything about property. My concern of it always is that it feels like there's so much out of your control because the prices of property just seem to go up and down.
Well, one thing we're doing, first is going up and scouting and finding what is on the market to what is being bidded for and where it is. We're going in there cash and saying, okay, we'll take it. Can we look at it? And then offering them cash. Just cash out. If you don't want it, get out. Okay, we'll walk. We'll go to the next place. And again, some of the properties that we are looking at will be probably run down and we will look at them and see what needs to be done. If it's if it's structural or anything, we'll get it done. Depending on how much money we can sink into it and how much we'll get out of it, we good on that margin. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love the motivation.
Yeah, even in this shit time, I'm like, yeah, okay, fuck it, I'm doing it, because capital is everything.
You've got to do it, because, like, as I was saying to Packer earlier, I don't think anyone our age is going to get a pension worth having by the time we're up there.
He's so correct there. So one of the other guys, again, this is the funny thing, is he's, because of this, he's selling an HMO that he owns. Okay, he's going to get a good whack of it, and he's buying a property in Nairobi.
Right.
And then he's putting 2 houses on top of what I'm doing on top of this, because he's like, yeah, okay, there we go. I'm buying that. I'm past that, yeah, because he thinks, yeah, it can work. So I've got that behind me. He was like, yeah, shit, I'm doing it.
I say it. I think I say it in every stream, but Warren Buffett, like the most successful investor ever, he says in times of market uncertainty, look to your skills. Invest in you can't invest if you haven't got any money. So you have to look to what you can actually do. Like, I'll almost certainly not sell this novel I've just written, this new one. But I have to try, because that's the skill I've got. I have to do that. Because if I don't and I end up on my arse, it'll be like, well, this was inevitable because you didn't do anything. Fair play to you, Plastic. You always seem to be getting something going and doing something, and you've got to. Every time I talk to you, you're just optimistic that you've got the minerals. You're going to get it done.
I have lost a lot as well, Danger.
Me too.
I have. I've been on my arse, and I've had a nice place, lost that, and on my arse. I had to ask friends to keep all my stuff in their garages.
Yeah, I've had it.
Yeah, and
half of mine got nicked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you've had to go like, bite the bullet and move on. Yeah.
But you know what? It's weird, because just a few years ago, when we'd have people chatting, everyone was doom and gloom, but just over the last sort of 6 months, people have been coming on and they've been really optimistic, and they've been getting busy, and they've been taking risks.
Yeah.
I said it yesterday. I don't know whether it's just because there's a sort of certainly the West is moving to the right, and I think it's kind of inspiring people, because we were so demoralized by all that sort of the sort of legacy of Blair, and I think people are starting to think, well, we can sit around and moan, or we can, try and do something about it. Try and do something for us. Make something happen, and it's good to see. I love it.
Well, I think the great thing is, I'm from a generation, because of my upbringing in South Africa. I'd always say, remember, I understand what apartheid is because I grew up in that.
Yeah,
it's the breakdown of that. But it's also the way they say in South Africa, boer maak 'n plan. It means, a farmer makes plans. You don't be somebody who sits there and doesn't have a little plan. You never know. You have to go and change, move along, pick yourself up, and actually put your hand up when you get it wrong to others.
Absolutely.
And makes a good leader, a good man, and actually makes others look and going, yeah. And also, those that let you down, is it their weakness? You don't hate them for it, but you watch out for them and you try to bring them forward. If they choose not to, it's their fault, their failure.
I'll give you a concrete example of exactly that. My business partner redesigned our 2 websites. Yeah, they're shops, and we pay an SEO company $2,000 a month to look after the SEO and the SEM, but he didn't consult with them, which is weird. And he lost 2/3 of our traffic that I've spent 20 years building up. It went from 90,000 visits a month the shop in America to just under 30.
I remember you saying that. I remember you telling me about telling this group about scrubs. I do, yeah. And it dropped off a cliff because of the AI thing that he thought he was doing right. Yeah,
and I just thought, I mean, the shops look lovely, but I looked on the old SEMrush and it just went. I went, where's all our traffic gone? SEMrush has got to be playing up. Refresh. Nah. And you know what? He's never apologized. He didn't even say, I'm sorry, man, I fucked it up. He's just like, nah, well, it will pick up again.
Should happen.
Yeah. And it hasn't. It could be the end of this business. It literally could be.
Really? Still? Because of that, it still hasn't picked up.
I've never worked more for this business for less money because of that.
Is it your business or others?
60%.
60% of yours. All right, I've got your email, so I'll. You know what? I'm going to pass you on to a guy that does analytics, that works in things like this. If you really want to listen to him, I'll give him a call. He's a London-based man. He works all around the world as well. But I'll give him a call and I'll see if he's okay to drop you a line. All right, and it'll be from Plastic. I'll say that. And he does analytics. But he could look at that in no time. The code, if you give access to it, and I trust him, and he'll be able to.
But Plastic is not that. It's organic. It takes years to build up. His backlinks and all that.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing with this man is his money is coming from actually, I guess, translating old code to new code.
Right, so I'm not going to turn down help. If you want to give him my email, chris@chrisdangerfield.com, of course I'll talk to him. Appreciate it.
Again, you ask you if you business model in that bank. If you're okay with saying, hey, here's the code that I have, he'll look at it in seconds. He can read the matrix. There's good people that I know, bro. That's why I do it so right. I think. Why am I right? I think because I've kept that trust so close, and I've hardly broken it. And the people that have gone up, yay, look after me going down and up.
I'll tell you another story, and I won't try and impose my bias on it, but I'll see what your response is. So we used to accept Bitcoin, but because of regulations, we decided to stop taking Bitcoin. But of course, the Bitcoin had built up over sort of like 6 years, and we just left it. When we got into a bit of trouble after this SEO catastrophe and the traffic went down, we had a meeting. I was like, right, we've got this money here, we've got this here, we've got this here. So we're working with X amount. I said, and then there's the Bitcoin. We should really look at that. And he went, I lost the seed. Now, this is a bloke who used to have a website selling Bitcoin. I'm not sure. Do you know where I'm do you know what I'm implying here? Who loses their seed?
No one does. No one serious does. No one with that.
I've emailed mine to about 6 different accounts. I've emailed it to my girlfriend's account. That's what the seed's for. And I'm like, okay. And again, no apologies. Just like, yeah. And I'm like,
so Chris, I always say, because my missus is a lawyer, and she does, litigation, trademarks, patents and all that. She had QC for a while. You have to protect yourself. You can't just go. The gentleman's saying, as I'm lucky. Sometimes, actually, I'm not lucky because I believed some people and I got it wrong. Because I believed.
I don't believe him. I think that just went in his pocket.
You had nothing constructive to say because of this loss. I can take your ass down, right?
Yeah.
There's no signatures between you two in an agreement of such things said. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And you categorize it, as you know. You understand, don't you? Like your trademark.
Yeah, absolutely. I could have done with some trademark. We actually had a trademark lawyer about a year ago. He fucking fleeced us as well. It turns out you can't trademark a place name. And he didn't tell us that. He kept us going. So there's a lockpicking tool called a Bogota, named after Bogota in Colombia.
Wow.
And we had this, one of our competitors wrote to us and they said, you can't sell, you've got to get rid of all the mentions of Bogota on your website. And it's a really strong, desired lockpick. People will come to the site and search Bogota. And it's in about 20, 30 different pick sets. And we had to change it to triple peak rake because his company said they own the trademark to it and we'll take you to court. And I thought, I can't be doing all this. Let's just change it to triple peak rake. Sales plummeted. The lawyers talked to us for about 5 weeks, like, oh, another £1,000, another £1,000. And then I talked to this bird, Christina Palmer. She's like the queen of lockpicking. She went, you can't trademark a place name. She said, just tell her to fuck off. And I thought, now you mention it, it's like someone trademarking London. You know,
one of my mates always said, like, imagine we could start a company and say Royal.
Yeah.
You try that. You know what I mean? You try Royal British, even Royal British. Try it.
Yeah,
wow.
amazing.
Yeah, man, it can't happen.
Good.
Yeah, but you still, again, you should have.
Well, you know, you live and learn. Like you said, mistakes were made, but I have done some genius marketing this week. It's hard graft, but I love it. I love it when I produce something that I know is gonna double conversions, and I know it will. And it's gonna take a while, but
you are positive, Danger. That's why you live. That's why you've gone through the mill, and you've always been very, very positive because of that.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. I really do, man.
Yeah, likewise. I'm going to have to let you go, though, Mr. African. Lovely to talk to you. Show Plastic Africans some love in the chat, people. Look after yourself. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck with the new project. Get some rest down in Weymouth. Enjoy yourself.
Some swimming and cracking open, rocks, because I want to go there. Forest of Dean. I'm going to go check that out a bit more. So lovely. Be safe, eh?
Swimming in the English Channel. Good Lord. You can tell he's a foreigner. See you later, mate. Give him some love, people. What a character. We've got someone else here. We've got mate, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We will have a little chat, though. Hello, Bear. Oh, hello, I know you.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, that's right. I've been here, God, nearly 5.5 years now, and things are just going fucking crazy. Well, not crazy. 2 friends have died in the last week, which is always a thing. It's terrible. Both heart attacks as well. One in his sleep and one cooking in the kitchen. Sorry, this is not going to be a cerebral conversation like it was with Plastic African, but this happened. One of them, my mate Nige, was he was very famous rock and roll guitarist in a very right wing band called No Remorse, and many others.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I've heard the name.
You
just quickly. What have the prices gone up over there? Like general sort of shopping and property?
It really has, actually, Chris. I mean, no one's really coming here anymore. It's cheaper to go to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, even Malaysia.
It's creeping up. Like, not a lot. It's still relatively small, but last year we'd get a week shopping for about 40 quid, which is nothing. That's 3 meals a day cooked at home.
I know. I moan about it as well. I mean, it's not that bad, but I can see why other people go to other countries in Asia, in Southeast Asia. I suppose I'm in South Asia, not Southeast Asia. I'm next to India, obviously. Yeah, no, it is quite expensive here now, and obviously for the locals, much so more than what I have to fucking pay. These poor buggers. They're really struggling. And
certainly what's happened in Southeast Asia, so your Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand and Laos, we've had, well, certainly in Cambodia, perhaps more so because of the war, the revolution, that we've had a middle class start to evolve. So shops and restaurants and bars can charge more. But that's created an underclass who simply can't afford it because they're getting $200 a month for a full-time job.
See, absolutely, that's true. I've got a kind of on and off girlfriend here, and
like
this, you know how it works. But
I'm 7 years in.
Oh no, she said, I am poor woman. Can you help me? It's all about fucking money, and I can't really help her. I've bought shoes for her son, and I've done all various things, and occasionally she lets me do things to her. But the occasion is normally when I'm capable of it, which is not quite. I'm not quite as prolific as I used to be.
No, I know the feeling. I'm quite enjoying it though. But my missus is like at the peak of her powers, and she just forces it on me. It's awful, absolutely awful.
Yeah, what she did, obviously I lied about my age when I met her. I knocked 6 years off my actual age. I'm 61 now, but he thinks I'm 56. But the thing is, a 61-year-old man doesn't. It's very strange, when you're hungover. I've gone back to the drinking again. But when you're hungover, that's when you get a raging boner. When your body, you probably get that. When you were doing drugs and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know well.
Your body's failing, but your penis is enlarging, and she's not always available for that kind of thing, because she starts work at 6 in the morning.
Every fucking morning.
Oh God, mine's not much worse than that. Well, okay, like you win.
Hang on, did you say mine's not much worse than that?
Well, no, I meant not much. Yeah, well, yeah. That's
that
tidy.
Works, actually. No, you're right. That works.
Yeah. So
hang on. You say you've gone back to the drink. What, like in a big way, or you just stopped for a while?
No, I'm one of these fools who I'll go on a fucking 3 or 4 week bender, and then go through the. Well, it's very much like heroin, because I did take heroin when I was a younger man, as you did. But it's but the come down is awful, and so it takes about a week to get off the bender, which I'm currently on. It's awful.
To Brad. Brad's always on a bender.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I just spent 3 weeks off it. 3 weeks. I thought, hell, I'm king of the fucking world, and I reward myself by going back on it again. You know how it works.
It is. I mean, I don't judge anyone for what they do, but that alcohol, it really fucks you, doesn't it? It really fucks you. I mean, while you're on it, it's fucking great. It's like everything's a party, but
I'm on the rock and roller coaster again.
Oh yeah. But I had 3 whiskeys for our 7-year anniversary last weekend. It took me 2 full days to actually get over it. Not necessarily even the physical, just that feeling of being alienated, like not feeling like I can make connections with the world, with my missus. It was fucking horrible. Just one night, few whiskeys.
Yeah, but Chris, I haven't watched your channel for a few weeks because obviously you sort of seem to run it at the same sort of time I'm normally going to bed, because we have the similar time difference. But have you fallen at all? Since you come back from your what should we say?
Oh, my near-death experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. I've had drug problems since I was 15 years old. I'm
talking about now because like I said, I'll do 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off.
You don't really get that option with the gear though, because you have it and you think I'll just have a tickle tonight, but the next day you feel so fucking awful. There's only one thing that's gonna. And that's happened all through my life. Like I remember QPR beat Arsenal. I had 4 years clean. On the walk home from the Emirates, I thought I'll just get a bag. 8 years later, I stopped that session. So,
but I've never really gone that long. Even when I was doing the smack when I was much younger, when I was 19 years old.
So when would that have been roughly? I'm just out of interest because I'm interested in this.
I'm 61, Chris, so you work it out. It's a while ago.
So like early 80s when the big smack explosion happened in England.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But the booze. Well, you probably did booze. If you couldn't get smack, you could get booze, and then the booze took over the smack, which was a blessing in a way.
Well, I'd say the other way round.
I don't know.
I prefer to be a junkie than an alcoholic all day long. Really, if the availability and the quality is there, I would rather be a heroin addict than an alcoholic. I just think that's so poisonous to you. It's just
no, but reading your Substacks and all the rest of it, and the stories. I love the stories. I don't actually particularly like your way of writing, but that's my personal choice. But I do like the stories. I do love the stories.
Good. Thank you for reading them. It means such a lot to me that, time, people don't have a lot of time these days. And for someone to give time to read something, I really appreciate that.
I've got too much fucking time on my hands. This is the problem.
Okay. But I still appreciate it.
Yeah, no, but it is what it is. And I'm now looking forward to buying a property here. I don't know what it's like in Cambodia, but like here it's kind of 49-51 kind of thing. If you want to buy a bit of land or property,
you haven't been watching this channel because my missus, well, me and her, but I put it in her name because if I put it in her name, she can travel with me now. I can't get her a visa if she hasn't got a professional job or land, because they think she's got nothing to come back to. So now we can travel together. But she bought a bit of land in the province that her family live in, 100 square meters. And she's building out there.
That means nothing to me. I just have to look at the place. I can see it when it's big. But I can't imagine 100 square meters or 1,000 square meters.
Honestly, it's huge. She's already had all the plans for the house drawn up and everything. I mean, I've never lived in a property that big, nowhere near. And even since we bought that, prices of land, property and land over here is going because people are getting wise to it.
Same here, mate. But the thing is, there is a kind of loophole here. If you buy just a plot of land and build a house on it, then it is the 49-51. But if you buy if you buy a condo or apartment, I can have 100% freehold. I mean, the difference is like you don't have any kids, and I do.
I'm hoping to. That's part of the plan.
Yeah, I know, but you're leaving quite a long time, mate.
Yeah, but it's my missus is so traditional. When she said to me, when we first got together about a year in, I said, well, look, this is getting pretty serious. What do you want out of this? She said, I want an house and I want a family. And I said, I'm getting on a bit, love. And she said,
yeah, but Chris, this has been going on for years, mate. Since I've been watching your channel.
But there's been reasons that are kind of private, and also I don't want to have kids until I've got a property. That's the main thing. Because if this business does go pear-shaped, I've got two things I can rely on. Writing, it could happen. Some people make a lot of money without writing, but a lot more people don't. And the other thing will be to do YouTube full time. But again, that, it's not, I can't do, I grew up with no money. I can't do that to a couple of kids. I just can't.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of in this invidious position. I own my house in New Zealand where I lived for 26 years. And I've got a half share in a property in London, in West London. And I've fallen out with my sister over it. Her husband's got brain fucking cancer. So I can't really be too horrible, but, she's using that as a kind of weapon against me.
When you say you can't be too horrible, have you sort of like drawn a line?
Well, I told her to fuck off.
Well, that's, relatively horrible, I guess.
And I'd had a glass or two at the time, so it probably wasn't, the tenderest moment. And we didn't speak for the last 3 months, but I sent a really grovelling apology to her yesterday. I said, look, I understand, I live over here and like Gruff has got this terrible fucking brain disease. It's going to kill him. It's going to kill him, this brain cancer he's got, this poor cunt. And anyway, so I sent a very, a very grovelling kind of apology, if you like. And she took it in like good faith. I don't know. She said, and anyway, she replied, we haven't spoke for 3 months. She came over here to Sri Lanka in February. And I was drunk all the time and quite aggressive, apparently. So, yeah, these things happen. This is families, isn't it, for you? But I do want to sell this place in London, and I want to buy an apartment here because you can, like I say, you can buy freehold 100% if you buy into a condominium apartment or whatever it is. And I've got the money if I can get it off her. We can sell the gaff in London. Yeah, that would be handy, but maybe stop the drinking before that money arrives. Oh yeah, it'll stop. I've made an arrangement with my other alcoholic friend Claire that we should stop on Monday. But it's like saying to a heroin addict, "We'll stop on Monday." It sort of works. Sometimes it doesn't. I tell you what, but in every single time when I've tried to stop with someone else, and I know there's a few junkies in the chat. This is what happens every time. One of you will be really strong, and then the other one will be going, let's just get a bag so we can taper a bit more. But it's a bit, an hour later that will swap, and the one who wanted to buy the bag, the other one will go, all right then, let's get just a bag and taper, and the other will go, no man, that's a crazy idea. And that dynamic just goes on and on until they both just meet, and it was a complete waste of time, and your mum starts crying again. I really don't.
I've just got to say something. Everyone in the chat telling me just to make kids. I know I'm an open book, but there are a few things that are private that I can't talk about. Obviously, I would have a kid.
No, I totally understand. I totally understand, mate.
This is to the chat. Everyone's saying you don't have kids for that reason. Your time's running out. There's a few things that need sorting out. So trust me, you know. But also out in Cambodia, it's not unusual for like a 58, 59-year-old bloke to knock up a 25-year-old bird. It's sort of standard procedure. My missus is 25.
It's a bit like here. I lied about my age. I mean, I obviously I have film star good looks, but and my teeth are very brown. So, you know, I can get away with a bit of lying here and there, you know, when it comes to the local lady.
Get them whitened, son. Just get
I went up the dentist the other day. So we do cleaning but not whitening. You see, you have to go up to Door Town. I think I'll get them painted, not pearl white, but you know what was acceptable for a 61-year-old man. You know, kind of yellowy white. You know, not brown like they.
What do they call magnolia?
yeah. I think magnolia might work.
Right, listen, I've got to let you go because it's 2:30 and I've got to do some writing. It's lovely to see you again. Sorry you came on so late. It's always lovely.
It's 10 to 1 here. I should really be asleep, but no, it's been jolly. It's been jolly to chat, and I always feel like a fraud after like Plastic African because he's such a clever bloke, you know.
He's a great. Everyone like Vincent apologised. Everyone who comes on and talks, well, Plastic that doesn't actually. So it feels like they need to apologise. You've been great. It's been entertaining. You've been honest. Lovely to talk to you. No apologies necessary. Look after yourself. Enjoy that next drink, but think about maybe knocking it on the head.
Yeah, really. Monday. Yeah.
Man, look after yourself.
See you, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Stick an LM in the chat. Show him some love, people. Good fella. Well, Packer, I think that's your quietest stream ever. I don't think you've said anything for about an hour.
Good for everyone. They all had plenty to say, didn't they?
They did tonight. They had the Saturday night. Have you noticed like a what do you call it? A change. There's been like there seems to be more optimism. Hello, Hoax. There seems to be more. Hello, Mark. There seems to be more optimism in the glorious House of Scrubs these days.
Yeah. Everyone we spoke to, like, he's been fairly upbeat, haven't they?
I think they have. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. Right, people. Oi, I'll tell you what a mess around that outro tune was yesterday. That I found that cover of Mandom and I thought, oh, we've not heard this before. What a wreck. He wrecked it. Not only did he wreck the cover, but it was almost like he ruined the stream. It was shocking. Couldn't ruin the stream though. Packer, I'll let you go, brother. Thanks for coming on. I'll tell you what, Pax Max, you're too late. I've just seen Pax Max down there. I might stream tomorrow though. The missus is away for a few more days. Pax Max has got some stories to tell you, I can assure you. I'll leave that to him though, but not now, Pax Max. It's 2:30. I've got to do some writing, so I'm gonna have to yeet you. But I don't want to say too much, so I want to leave it up to him. But he went on holiday, we'll say, and bless him. Honestly, it was just every message I got from him, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I think he enjoyed it in a way, though. But again, you know, this was the bloke who he hadn't left his house in God knows how long. He felt he's done some mad adventures over the last couple of years. And again, there's that change. There's that sort of, the world does not come and sit on your lap. It doesn't work like that. If you sit around waiting for it, you'll just be waiting for it. You've got to go and get the world. There's plenty of money flying about. You've just got to direct a bit of it into your pocket. You don't need millions. You just need enough to get by. And whatever skills you've got, put them into action. Because even if it doesn't work, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself knowing that you tried, rather than ending up with fuck all on your ass and thinking, well, I've been a lazy, miserable pessimist. And the thing is, if you try and fail and end up on your ass, you'll feel good about yourself, and you'll have that energy and that motivation to dust yourself down, get up and get back on it. Because many people have done that. My business has failed twice. I've sacked all my staff twice. I've cried my eyes out. My fucking dream Soho garret apartment was full of tools and fucking paperwork. And I thought, well, are you gonna try again, or are you gonna just throw this lot away? And cut to Dangerfield montage. I worked my fucking ass off and was taking $1,000 a day again within 6 months, and employed all the staff back. I wish I was taking a fucking $1,000 a day now. But people, go and make life happen. People who are content, people who look back at their life. If I was to die, if a doctor told me you're dead tomorrow, I'd be gutted, but I'd think I fucking loved it. I had a great time. I've made loads of mistakes. I've hurt people. I've hurt myself. Okay, that's life. But I wouldn't look back over it and think you were lazy. You expected the world to. You thought the world owed you. The world owes you fuck all. You're a blade of grass. Not literally. I'm not calling anyone a lawn. Give Packer some love. I'll chuck you out some. Thank you, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow. Look out for notifications. You'll be down there anyway, so I'll talk to you in a bit. Ta-da. Give Packer some love, people. He sat there for an hour and a half, didn't say a word, and I'll tell you what, it means the world to me. When he weren't here at the beginning, it felt weird and awkward, and I was like, oh, I'm all alone again. What was I going to say then? I can't remember. I was gonna round down with something wonderful. I had a killer line to end the stream. But hang on, let's see if he remembers. Packer, what was I about to say? Do you remember?
I have no idea, mate.
All right. So all I'm saying is go and make it happen. Chris Thrall's line's the best one. You only get one life, but if you make it happen, one's enough. So make it happen. People have got out of situations far worse than whatever situation anyone in this chat is in. Far worse. They've dusted themselves down. They've stood up. They've had mental strength. They've had physical strength. And they've turned it round. And it can always happen. And it might not happen the first time. You might fuck up again. You might fuck up again. You might fuck up again. What's it? Samuel Beckett. Fail, fail, fail again, but fail better. And one day it might come good. Here's a bit of music for you. I will be putting your messages on the screen. I will be putting your donations on the screen as well, because it's been a wonderful stream and I'm skint and I need your money. I might stream tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do one of those Discord chats. So make sure you've got your notifications on YouTube set up, because members will get notifications. You'll see the Discord link. Click it. It's voice only. It's real cool. I don't gabber. It's just like sitting around down the park. You know, sometimes no one's talking. Then someone says, anyone see that show on telly the other night? Lovely, really lovely. Anyway, here's a bit of music you might recognise. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who was in the chat and engaged with what we were talking about. Special thank you to everyone who come on. Great guests tonight, always great guests because they're scrubs. And a special thank you to Picard. I may see you tomorrow. I'll definitely do the Discord chat for members. This is a song called Lovers of the World, the original version. Au revoir, mon ami.
All the world loves a lover, all the girls in every land are meant to know. The joy of loving is to live in the world of man. There's a someone who's waiting
42
for you.
at 10:30 UK time.
Yours for a time. Music starts to play, night will turn to day.
No plastic, up all night writing, son. Got to be done. But I appreciate you calling me cry.
All the world loves the lover, all the girls in every land are meant to know. Joy of loving is to live.
I'll ring that one day for you,
Dottie. There's a place that is waiting for you. A world where the best in life is free.
Nice to see you,
Where
brother.
time is always spring. Happiness is king. The dreams you dream come true when the one you love loves you. You're in man.
Don't forget to look out for notifications tomorrow. Get on that Discord. If you need to sign in, it's just a nice members chat. 20 minutes, 2 hours. I might stream tonight. I'll definitely sort out a members chat. It's deserved. Okay.
All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. Joy of loving is to live in the world of mankind.
What's going on here then? Sorry, I don't know how to use computers. Look after yourselves, people. Look out for those members' notifications. And like I say, I might stream tomorrow. I'll see how much energy I've got left. But it's been lovely to talk to you all. Take care and a massive hoita.